What if the world were one color? What kind of world would it be? Everybody the same color, Stevie Wonder would see. What if Abraham Lincoln never freed the slaves? What if weed was legal? I had trees for days. What if Lil Wayne cup was filled with Kool-Aid?
All right, everybody. Welcome to Sancho Sunday. Sancho Sunday is here. Welcome, everybody. The return of Sancho Sunday. Sancho Sunday, for those who don't know and those who haven't listened to Sancho Sunday, it is a wide variety open panel show. We're going to go over multiple topics. It's essentially a lot of the content you guys see and love that I do. We're pretty much combining it all into one night. And we're going to go over some body cams, some current events, whatever the hell you guys want to talk about, more importantly. Quick hello to Mr. Goodbar, Anarchist, Southside, Trump Tard, Sitting Bull, Joe Samuel. Hello to everybody. Glad to have everybody in. Hello, Ed. Lot to talk about first. You guys want to go to Jacob Blake first? Let's kind of talk about Jacob Blake. We've already welcomed new mods. I know Tristan's just saying that Tristan's now a mod, so welcome to my new mods as well tonight. Jacob Blake. Let's go to Jacob Blake. He just released a video message recently. I want to promote, kind of play that now, and pretty much this was released yesterday from his attorney. Jacob Blake released his powerful video message from his hospital bed today, reminding everyone just how precious life is.
Yeah. I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there, and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward in life, will be taken from you like this, man. And I promise you, the type of shit that you will go through, staples, I got staples in my back, staples in my damn stomach. You do not want to have to deal with this shit, man. 24 hours, every 24 hours, it's pain, it's nothing but pain. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep, it hurts to move from side to side, it hurts to eat. Please, I'm telling you, change our lives out there. We can stick together, make some money, make everything easier for our people out here, man, because there's so much time that has been wasted. So, yeah. I just want.
All right. There it is. Just heard from Mr. Jacob Blake, who everyone knows a couple weeks ago. shot multiple times by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And Jay, that's the first time hearing from Mr. Blake. Did you get a chance to listen to that a little bit?
Yes, very little of it, unfortunately. It's been a busy day for me. I really didn't pay attention to it.
It's okay. I still love you, boo boo.
Yeah, no, it's to be expected. He's following his lawyer's instructions.
What up on StreamYard? All right, so let's kind of shift focus to another big topic that I haven't discussed a lot. I haven't discussed it at all, actually. This happened back in March. This happened in video, and black man suffocation shows cop put hood on him. Sergeant Michael Magri. Hold on, I got people coming up. No Name. Is that you, No Name? How you gonna put your? I'm doing a news segment right now, so everyone's gonna put their news caps on. Okay, No Name. All right, you're on mute. Just a heads up. All right, so
I'll stay on mute most of the time.
Now, did you hear this story, No Name?
I've seen the clip before, and I'm familiar with the way Jacob Blake had didn't he rape the lady the day before, and then he was there again the next.
Yeah, well, you're talking about Jacob Blake. Yeah, we kind of moved on to Daniel Prude, but yes, okay. What you were referring to with Jacob Blake, there were reports of that. I don't have confirmation of that, but I know there were reports of that going on.
Oh, yeah. I saw the video of the shooting, and it's kind of obvious you can't do that and expect them not to shoot at you.
Right. So let's kind of shift gears. To
next story. That was the picture I saw when I joined.
Yeah, we discussed Jacob a lot. I kind of, it was kind of news story that he came yesterday came up. So that's why we brought it up that way. So let's shift to Daniel Prude. This is a story I have not covered. A black man who ran naked through the streets of Western New York City died of asphyxiation after a group of police officers put a hood over his head, then pressed his face into the pavement for 2 minutes. According to the video and records released Wednesday by the man's family, Daniel Prude died March 30th after he was taken off life support. 7 days after the encounter with police in Rochester, his death received no public attention until Wednesday, when his family held a press conference and released the body cam footage and written reports they obtained. I placed a phone call from my brother to get help, not from my brother to get lynched, Prude's brother Joe Prude said at the news conference. How did you see him and not directly say the man is defenseless, but completely naked? He's cuffed up already. Come on. How many more of the brothers got to die for a society to understand that this needs to stop? What's up, Captain Awesome? You're on mute, my guy.
What's up, guys?
Hey, I saw a little party going on, a little pizza party, huh?
Yeah, man, we're in Daytona for truck week or whatever, truck night.
Now, they're known for NASCAR, right?
No, it's just like truck week. Here, let me take you outside real quick.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Let me highlight them. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, look at that one. That's a nice one. Look at the lights. Wow. That is cool. I like that white one. Whoa.
Anyway, we're Top Watching. I just thought I'd pop in and say hi to you guys.
How you been?
I can't really hear anything because these guys are blasting this music.
I was going to see how you been. I saw your cop watching earlier. I wanted to make sure you're okay.
A party, man, a party.
All right, so let's go back to this, and he will get into a quieter place. I placed a phone call pretty much. The video shows Prude, who had taken off his clothes, complying when police asked him to get on the ground, put his hands behind his back. Prude is agitated and shouting as he sits on the pavement in handcuffs for a few moments. As a light snow falls, "Give me your gun, I need it," he shouts. Then they put the white spit hood over his head, a device intended to protect officers from the detainee saliva. At the time, New York was in the early days of the coronavirus pandemic. Then the officer slammed Prude's head into the street. One officer, who is white, holds his head down against the pavement with both hands, saying, "Calm down and stop spitting." Another officer places a knee on his back. "Trying to kill me," Prude says, his voice becoming anguished and muffled under the hood. "Okay, let's stop it. I need it. I need it." The prone man begs for his shouts turn to whimpers and grunts. Then the officers appear to be more concerned after he stops trying to move. He falls silent. Then they notice water coming out of his mouth. "My man, are you puking?" I don't know who heard this story, but I want to play the body cam, and I want to let everybody know that this is viewer discretion is advised. If you have a weak stomach, or if you're in the middle of eating pizza like Captain Awesome is, I don't know if I recommend this video, because it can be a little on the graphic side. So body cam footage. No Name, you know this is graphic, right? All right. That's why I love No Name. All right. Let me blow this up so everyone can see. Again, everybody, I can't stress this. Viewer discretion is advised for what you're about to see. And then I want everyone to kind of break this down and get everyone's opinion on this. Let's go.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground, man. Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back. Yes, don't move. Yes. Don't move. Yes. Chill out, man. Don't move, all right, man? Yes, just don't move.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, take your mask off.
One male in custody.
In Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Say me better not say to me. Look. Look. Look.
Stay there, man. Stay there.
Man, get the on with that mask in the blue. I mean that. Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Are you Daniel? Daniel Prude?
Please let me get my money.
Daniel Prude?
And jump on the flight. Please. Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Let me eat some on my fingers.
253. Can you get the rig to come right
Put your glove on.
Katie and
I'm going to sue your... Give me them gloves, man.
He was like lifting the garbage can.
When y'all smoke.
I saw him like running.
They're laughing.
He almost got hit by a car, too.
That's funny.
Jesus Christ, I pray, amen. Thank you, Lord.
He's on the tow truck.
Tell me better not say to me.
I'm in the MHAM.
Yeah.
Hey, who guys that?
Yeah.
Who guys that up in the post? In Jesus Christ, I pray, amen. I got my finger. I can't help it because my brother is the same. Let me go, man. I got blood on my stomach. On my toes. Can I get the keys? Give me the gun, then. I'm finna sue your. Give me the gun. Go away from Batman. Please, let me post this on Facebook. Take your head and they'll give you the keys. I mean that on Jesus Christ.
You don't want what he's got.
Look at
He's
this
got something
blood.
better.
Look at my thing. Look at my on my hand. Get the away from me. Give me your gun, I need it. Give me your gun, I need it. School crazy as hell. Give me your gun, I need it, man.
I
Please.
just grabbed him with my
I mean that.
So you don't got AIDS, do you?
Days straight, no.
You got HIV?
Hell no. Look at this big. I mean,
What?
that abandoned building. Get the away from me. I want my $70. Day drink coffee from the elite. I mean, in Jesus Christ, I pray, amen. Save me. Been not. Do you see this, man?
shouldn't have
your
broke
mask
that
off
window.
and give me your gun. I'm
Sir,
killing
why'd you break
everybody
that
on
window?
there.
Yeah, I got one in my pocket.
I'm killing everybody in that
Where's
house,
that?
man. Jesus Christ, I pray.
I mean-
Amen. Give me that mask, man. Thanks.
Stay down.
Give me
Stay
that-
down. Get up.
I
Stay
mean
down.
it.
Yeah, he's got gloves. You thought he didn't have gloves on?
Jesus Christ, I pray, man. Let me go back. Give me the handcuffs, bro. No, give me the
Yeah,
man.
you were so white
Give me
that
the
those
man.
were your bare skin.
Give me the
He's
man.
like, don't. I thought they
On
were.
my mama blood, they flipping over no grave. I mean that. God bless y'all, man.
Stay on the
Let
ground.
me up. Get the from back me. In Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. School crazy.
Scoop
School crazy.
crazy.
Look at this big man. Get the from back me. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. Popping willies. Oh, give me that square. Give me that square, man. I mean, can't get these cuffs up on me. In Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Be me.
You from
No,
Chicago?
yo. Give me the gun.
Stay
Give
down.
me the gun. Give me the
Stay
handcuff.
down. Stay
Give
down.
me the handcuff. I mean that.
You got handcuffs
Take this
now.
out my face.
No.
I got
Stop spitting, man.
Get the
All right, the spitting's why the spit shield was put. Okay, he's already had the spit shield on.
You will in a little bit.
Jamie on beat, Jamie. Oh, give me the mace, man. I mean, take my face. I mean that. Let me. Give me
Spit,
that
man.
gun.
Are you on fire?
Give me that gun. Give me that
No,
gun.
you're
I
gonna stay
mean.
down. You're gonna
All
stay
right, all right. Take my face.
No, I got him. I got him. I'm already in it.
Trying to kill me. It is good on me. My mama flew over like grave, man. Too much. I need it. I need it. Get that shit out of my face, man. I'm too
Stop. Calm down. Stop. Calm down. Calm down. Okay?
I mean, get that shit out of me. Get that food. Get that. So crazy.
Ambulance has arrived.
Crazy. Calm down, man.
Relax, dude.
Okay, I mean it.
Ain't no getting
I
taken.
mean it. I mean it. My people stay down. Keep the ball. Keep the ball.
You guys get the dirty out for us, please?
Get off me. Give me the gun. Give me the gun. I mean, take this out my face. I mean,
Stop spitting. You hear me? Stop spitting. Stop spitting. Well, at least we know who broke the window. I bet you that dude on PCP.
Oh no. Oh. The knee. The fucking knee. Look at the fucking knee.
I don't know. It's freezing out here. He's been out naked for 30 minutes.
Oh.
Feels pretty cold.
Oh my god.
You want me to take his temperature?
He says he has corona. But he also, I don't know. Didn't tell you anything. You good, man?
Where's he going? East side?
Fillmore and West.
Is he puking?
For male.
Nope, he's
Oh,
dead.
he's puking. Just straight water. You
Those
see
are
all that
this?
water came out of his mouth?
I didn't see it, but I see it now.
This is all water. My man, you puking? Oh, look.
I saw the ambulance coming, so I moved it.
Air is leaving his body as we speak. He's gone. He is gone.
Still moving his arm.
Not one pulse check. Not one pulse check. Now we're doing it. There we go. Check the pulse.
Roll him over on his side.
Yep, now we give a shit. Now we're going to stop laughing. Now we're going to provide medical attention. Now the joke's over.
He started throwing up now. It looks
Oh,
like he
yeah.
doesn't even have chest
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we're serious. Now we're taking this serious, you dumb fucks.
Handcuff him, guys.
Who's got? Can you grab a?
What do you need?
Here, I need some. Here, I'll hand you my cuff key.
Yeah.
Hold him on his back.
With cuffs?
For a second, yes.
Okay.
Work on getting cuff keys.
What do you want?
Pads on. Does he have a pulse?
Oh, no.
Start CPR. And we're gonna get him up on the.
I'm gonna get some more hand sanitizer. Can you grab it out for me?
Yep.
You ready?
March, and it just came viral this week
It's in this front door right here.
when the family got the body cam at a press conference.
I got it.
Not many people are aware of this story until this week.
Thanks.
I believe it's when the coroner's report finally came out.
Yep, which is coming up.
Oh, great. I got a key for you
Is
whenever
he
you.
blocking traffic or is he?
As soon as we,
No.
as
Yeah.
soon as we can get those cuffs off.
Whenever you guys are ready, I got the key to get them off.
All right, keep going. You ready?
I warned everybody.
We'll hold him. Get the cuffs off.
Yep.
We're throwing him up on here, getting him in the middle.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Well,
He started expelling like all the clear liquid, like he was throwing up.
so PCP can cause what we call excited delirium.
Yeah, I know what excited delirium is.
That's, I guarantee you, that's why we coded. It's not your guys' fault. I mean, you guys
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
keep yourself safe, but that's why I was
I'm just
trying
gonna
to
throw him in my door.
Trying to get. Can we get somebody to grab his feet, somebody on this side?
Yeah.
And we're just
I'm
gonna get him
gonna-
up on the gurney. And I'm gonna throw this in.
Someone want to grab that?
And CPR is going to be ineffective if they don't supply him with oxygen.
Which they haven't done yet. There's no oxygen administered. This is a waste of fucking time.
Scoot him up on the gurney.
He's gone.
Oh.
He's gone.
And so you can grab this hand, please.
Are we scooting him up or
Ready?
not?
1, 2, 3.
Fuck him.
I just grabbed him and all his just sprayed in my face.
I got it.
I'm throwing these out.
All right. There it is. I did warn everybody. Viewer discretion is advised. There's the body cam footage. There's the reports of it. Whew. I warned everybody. Viewer discretion was advised. Let's go to Rochester mayor and police chief say they won't resign amid Daniel Prude protests. The mayor and police chief in Rochester, New York, put up a united front on Sunday saying they have no intention of resigning amid protest over the death of Daniel Prude in police custody. Speaking at a press conference, Mayor Lovely Warren and Police Chief LaRonde Singletary reaffirmed their intention to remain in charge to help reform the city. For everything that we've seen this year, it is clear that there's more work to be done, and I'm committed to doing what's necessary, Warren said. And I know the chief is committed to doing what's necessary to better serve our citizens and our community. That was the job I do apologize to anybody who came in after hearing the viewer discretion is advised warning. I do apologize to that if people didn't get the viewer discretion advised warning. Singletary told reporters that while there was a rumor he might resign, he said there's no intention of doing so, and he hasn't been asked by the mayor to do so. The press conference came after a 4th-minute protest over the death of Prude, 41-year-old black man who was having a mental health emergency on March 23rd. Though Prude died in March, attorneys for his family released a body cam video this week that shows officers covering his head with a spit sock and holding him to the ground in a prone position before he stopped breathing. Prude stopped breathing and was declared brain dead at a hospital where he died a week later on March 30th. The Monroe County medical examiner ruled his death a homicide, citing complications of asphyxiation in the setting of physical restraint. The report also cites excited delirium and acute PCP intoxication as causes of the death. New York Attorney General Letitia James announced Saturday that she's forming a grand jury to investigate his death. Wow. The long-delayed announcement that a black man has been killed by police that has led protests and accusations that local leaders hid the killing from the public. I mean, this happened in March, and it's September. And we're just hearing about it this week. We're just hearing about it today. A Thursday warrant indicated she initially had been misled by Singletary, who said she led her to believe the man died in police custody of an overdose. So already we have some lies going on here. Mayor explains why she suspends the officers. Warren said after she saw the body cam footage on August 4th, she sent a list of requests to the chief regarding what she needed to know in future cases. In this image taken from police body cam video provided by Roth & Roth LLP, a Rochester police officer puts a hood over the head of Daniel Prude on March 23rd, 2020. Once I saw that video on August 4th, I informed the chief that whenever there's a death in our community or use of force that I need to be informed within 24 hours, Warren said. Singletary said that he's aware there was a use of force in this case, but didn't elaborate further on what aspects of the case he knew. Oh, wow. Warren told reporters that between April 1st and August 3rd, she didn't recall hearing the words Daniel Prude. There have been no in-custody deaths since Prude died in March, Singletary said in response to the reporter's question. Warren suspended with pay 7 officers involved in Prude's arrest on Thursday. She said Sunday that she moved to suspend them after learning that there was no longer concern for interfering with the New York Attorney General's investigation of Prude's death. Our understanding from our law department was that our Attorney General's office was in the middle of their investigation, and therefore we could not get in the middle of the investigation. Wow. There you go. What's everyone's thoughts? Ladies first.
Oh, you mean me. Well, what I saw was not good policing. If he is cuffed and seated and naked, all you gotta do is stand back out of the spit zone and wait for the medics to get there. Right? It's not like he got up and ran away. And is that comment I saw in chat true that his brother had called the police twice already that day, and once they took him to the hospital and let him out
Is that,
on the same day?
I do know that his brother did call the police on him this incident. I do know.
Okay.
I do know they reached out for help. You know, that's why they called the police, because he was
they got him in the hospital that day and they let him out. To me, that's unforgivable. They knew he was having troubles. And then what? How tight did they tighten the spit mask? Were there bruises, according to the coroner?
I'm looking through that now. Good question. I'm looking at the autopsy. So here's what we know. This is a great question. Let me get to your first question first, No Name. Is that cool? So you asked some really good questions at once, so I'm going to kind of break them down for you. Oh, wait. My screen just backed up, so. Oh,
I saved him up while I was watching.
So here's what we do know. The brother was quoted earlier. I said, his name is Joe. I placed a phone call for my brother to get help, not for my brother to get lynched. Prude's brother, Joe Prude, said at a news conference, how did you see him and not directly say the man is defenseless, buck naked on the ground? He's cuffed up already. Come on. How many more brothers got to die for society to understand that this needs to stop? And we also can't confirm. I just saw it a second ago and just lost it. He was hospitalized prior, like you asked earlier. Earlier, his brother tried to have him admitted to Strong Memorial Hospital for mental health purposes, but he was not held overnight. The hospital has said it acted properly. Prude's brother Joe has questioned why he was not kept there. The videos show Prude largely complying with police as he is handcuffed. He lies and sits on the street, continuing to rant, often incoherently. He's also bleeding from apparently breaking a window. So that's when they mentioned the comment, I know the window broke came from. It was him. At one point, awaiting medical workers, at least 3 officers physically restrained him, pinning him to the ground. The autopsy clearly attributes Prude's death a week later to the loss of oxygen he suffered. The death was ruled a homicide. He did have PCP in his system.
He didn't, or he did?
He did. When this.
Okay, but the death was ruled as a homicide. That's pretty strong.
I would say so. And I think that's rare as well. Do you find it interesting that you haven't heard about this until this week when it happened in March?
Well, I watch so many things and I drink so much I don't remember it all.
A little fishy, though.
Oh, yeah, they probably buried this story.
So let's go to a doctor. This is going to be fun. I'm going to go to another doctor's opinion and get ripped for it. Fuck it. It's discussing the Daniel Prude case. Dr. What is it? Mary Jumblick, a former Onondaga. I don't know what the fuck does that mean? Onondaga County Medical. I don't even know. Whatever that word means. Medical examiner said the spit hood may have obscured what the police could have seen about Prude's worsening condition during the restraint. He had a spit cover on, which allows respiration, but doesn't allow the officers to see his face for assessing his well-being. She said the prone position itself can cause air limitation into the lungs, and then when you add physical restraint, it makes a person vulnerable to asphyxiation. He vomited, then tells me that he may have aspirated he vomited. That tells me he may have aspirated, causing further irritation of the airway, and another reason for hypoxia, which is the deprivation of needed oxygen, Jumblick said. Also, she said the PCP could have exuberated the likelihood of asphyxiation, which the autopsy also notes. With people that use drugs like that, I've seen multiple circumstances when they are vulnerable to asphyxiations, and they're vulnerable when being put in a prime prone position. In 1995, the DOJ warned about the dangers of what is known as positional association, which often happens when an individual is restrained in a prone position, said Keith Taylor, former supervisor of the New York City Police Special Weapons Tactics. Wow. The union defends the restraint method. Of course, the Rochester Police Locust Club Union President Mike Mazzaio said the officers restraining Prude appeared to adhere to training procedures and that an internal police investigation had not raised any red flags about the restraint methods. Again, the news conference Friday, Rochester Police. Actually, let's go to this. Is this gonna took over in mid-April? Let me see if this goes to the actual press conference because I'm very fast. Yeah, actually, here it does. Let's actually go to the police union now and see what this guy has to say because he's clearly defending the officers' actions, claiming the officers did nothing wrong. What just happened? I keep pressing the wrong button. All right, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me, no name. I just had the screen and I pressed the X button and kind of backed myself out of it now. All right, let me go back. This is this is. Here we go.
Wait, no worries. The face was I spilled on myself.
You what on yourself?
I spilled a little bit of water.
Okay. Well, I wanted to go to the union chief to kind of see his defense on the methods that were used, etc. To kind of get the. I'm fascinated to see this police union head defend these actions. To be blunt, let's see if he can change your mind, No Name. How's that? Wait a minute. What are you drinking, No Name? Sky vodka again? Is that your favorite of it? Like, is that your favorite vodka?
That is the only liquor I drink. I do buy the Winking Owl from Aldi's though for wine.
Do you add a little flavor to it, or you just hit that shit straight up?
Oh no, I add like 90% water to it.
So water, not like OJ or anything like that?
No, mixers hurt me more than the alcohol.
Right, because you like think it's juice and it's not juice kind of deal?
No. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda. All the mixers hurt me, even
Right.
if I drink them without the vodka.
Right. All right.
Although occasionally I'll do tea and honey and put that in. It's like a hot toddy when you put it in the medium hot tea.
Okay. All right, so let's kind of
back to your work.
Wrong damn video. Other video. Hold on. Wrong video.
And then I filled it too full.
Wrong video. All right. Let's
You
play
toss that first video up in the private chat, if you will. I have a question about it.
Body cam footage?
Yeah, because that's a mix of different body cams. There was one portion I wanted to look at again.
Yeah, there was a mixture of it. Are you cool if I put it in public chat? There it is.
All right, hang on.
That's just easier for me. So, all right. So let's kind of see what this union chief has to say, shall we?
Good morning. First and foremost, our condolences go out to the Prude family and their loss. If there's one message that could be taken from here today, it should be this. Our country's in a crisis. There are many changes that are needed. Some of them are very complicated. Some answers are already known. Our justice system is founded on a principle to seek the truth and to have equal justice for all, regardless of who you are. Seeking the truth Nothing more should be our solution to solving our most pressing problem. Everyone has a responsibility and must be committed to making that process not just better, but perfect. This is not only going to take a commitment, but it's going to take trust. We did not immediately address this matter because of one reason. It was necessary for us to seek answers to several questions that we had, some of which are the shared concerns from the family and the public. It's important to provide accurate information that has not been released by city government. Transparency has to be more than just a word to be repeated. It should be a course of action to follow. The union first learned of the incident by the chief's office reaching out to request our members who were involved in the incident with Mr. Prude to speak with investigators on the major crimes that were investigating the matter. This would be a criminal investigation, not an internal investigation. The message that was conveyed from the chief's office at that time was that there was no concerns with the actions of our members and that they had followed correct protocols per their training. I want to repeat that. There's no concerns with the actions of our members and that they had followed correct protocols per their training. Since it's a criminal investigation, union representatives did not accompany our members on that interview. Our members involved in that incident agreed to cooperate and agreed to be interviewed, despite having the constitutional right not to do so. The department, after interviewing our members, continued the investigation of that incident. During the subsequent investigation, no other members, as far as we know, were interviewed, and the union was not involved in any way with that investigation. Our union representation would not come into play until once that investigation had concluded and if an internal investigation were to commence. Only yesterday did we learn that an internal investigation has been initiated. Only yesterday did we learn that 7 of our members would be suspended. Like everyone else, we have concerns. A troubling concern is on the releasing of evidence during a criminal investigation. There is an absolute prejudicial concern on taking such a reckless action regarding any incident that is an ongoing criminal investigation. I can think of no other situation, to my knowledge, in this city that I can recall when that has occurred. Such action would never be taken against a civilian suspect who is a subject of a criminal investigation. Police officers deserve the same consideration and respect. But it's important to remember, the release of information is needed to be transparent, but it must be balanced with ensuring the rights and the protections of any individual involved in that investigation. And that includes victims and suspects. The union has been called out in several social media accounts as being aware of circumstances of this incident and even being a participant in withholding information. Without a conclusion to this criminal investigation, we know no more than anyone else does at this time. From our limited involvement in this matter and the lack of additional information, we have had no review or internal discussions on this incident up until this conference has occurred. We're not made aware of any concerns that may have been raised by the
Is there anybody in there?
Oh, no. Oh, my thing froze. I'm here. My shit froze.
family
It's good.
or anyone else
Froze.
until being made aware only minutes before the press conference.
I got too many opens. I have too many windows open. Let me close them. I'm good. NJ, you still there? NJ?
Yeah, I'm still here. Did you get my?
After the press conference,
Yeah, did you
No,
see my?
subsequent events,
I'm
transpired,
multitasking.
our
I
initial
know. Check my
response
private
to
chat.
ensuring that our members who were called out and named in the press release were safe.
But the one I
union
sent,
was placed
the one I
in a very
have.
difficult situation
That's the.
and determined it would
All
not
right,
be prudent
I'll do that in a
and
minute.
in the interest of our organization and comment until we had
I have too many
sufficient
windows open right now.
information to respond in an informative way. And all of you know how difficult that is for me not to want to get out in front of something. The union completely understands the strong concerns that the family and the public has on not
I don't want to
being
knock me
provided
off
with adequate information.
with all these things
We
I'm
stand
running.
along with the family and the public and echoing that same concern. What is disheartening, certainly not surprising, is the immediate reactions from some, especially social media comments from at least 2 members of City Council calling our members murderers. After working almost around the clock to obtain as much information as possible, we now have a better understanding what has occurred. While we ask for the public and the media to also remember and respect that there's still an active investigation by the State Attorney General's office. We're hopeful that the State Attorney General's office will continue to conduct a fair and impartial investigation to the facts of the matter. We believe, and more than believe, we know there's substantial amount of information to adequately determine what the circumstances are surrounding the death of Daniel Krug. After conversations with our legal team, we've been cautioned, and I'll say over and over again, to be careful in discussing specifics. So I'm going to try to answer your questions in a more general nature and to not get specific since it's still under investigation. So, thank you. So I'll take,
When did you first see the video?
I just saw the video 2 days ago.
That's a problem.
Did you watch the whole hour and a half or the 12-minute roughly clip that was posted widely on the internet?
No, I didn't watch that one. I'm sorry, I did watch that one.
That one being?
The edited version,
Okay.
briefly. I didn't give it much review.
Why
because
not?
I will not. I don't look at that as a fair and accurate representation of that night.
And what were your initial thoughts seeing that video 2 days ago?
Well, you look at the video, and then you also have to take so much encompassing information and placing that video in the context that it had to be. It's also important to understand that, especially in the edited video, you may hear things or you may not hear things, or what you may see may be a difference in the distance of someone's actually speaking. There's a number of factors.
Based on your initial thoughts, though, could you just give us a sense of what you initially thought when you saw the video and you did hear some of the comments made by your officers?
Well, that's what I would speak to. That I think in order to answer what you believe or your concerns are, I think you would look at it not in the context we did. That's why we spent 2 days on this. We worked virtually around the clock. What you saw is not complete and certainly not accurate, but that speaks to what needs to be done.
What's inaccurate about it?
What needs to be done is to have this investigation completed and to have everything at that point in time shown by an agency that's independent and that's investigating it. And that's the most important thing.
I know
There are specific things that are heard in the edited version that need not to be played in that edited version, but to be shown separately and where they occur and why they occur. I have to be careful what I speak to on specifically.
Well, Mike, let me ask you this, since we're talking about the officers in the video. Let's talk about their actions. I mean, they left the man naked on the street, middle of winter, no blankets, left him sitting there for God knows how long. Why couldn't they just put him in a squad car?
Well, I'll tell you, exactly 30 to 40 days before this incident occurred, these officers were involved in a training that was state mandated, was written and instructed per the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services standards, which is something that we should be look at here in the state versus other states that don't have these requirements and standards. Exactly what they were trained on, exactly what that training module is a step-by-step example, right to the second on what these officers did on that scene. They don't have the ability to go off script, say, and to do different things. They have to follow exactly the way they're trained. In fact, under the mental hygiene requirements for our officers, they'll have a ambulance attendee ask them not to have handcuffs on the individual in a transport. They are not allowed to remove the handcuffs in that situation. Everything they do, they have to follow protocol. When they go for review, and when this incident or any actions they do a review, they have to conform exactly with those protocols. And I will tell you, I don't want to tell you. I want the state attorney general's office to tell you. I think it should be independent. I think it should be, at the conclusion, very transparent. I hope, and I'm going to try to ensure, that when they conclude that investigation, that they not only come out with a decision, but they come out with substantial, transparent report and evidence to show. That's important. Listen, if there's a need to change the things, the way policing is done, let's change them. An officer does not have the ability to go or disregard what they're mandated to do and what they're trained to do.
Can you explain the use of the spit shield, what exactly it's supposed to be used as, and how they used it? They kept it on even after he threw it up.
I'll show you. Have you seen the hood? This is what the officers are given. I'll put it out here and show you. It's used in a case, in a situation where an individual is spitting. During the course of this, I mean, I think it's been out there enough where I can say that he made reference to having COVID. He was also spitting. There's a number of other issues with airborne pathogens that officers encounter that are very dangerous. That's the purpose and the protocol in place.
So even as he's throwing up, they're supposed to keep it on?
I'm not an expert on this, but my understanding in the medical field is that it's used for those cases and taken into consideration for that matter as well. I'm not going to speak specifically at the point. I think the evidence that the State Attorney General's office will have, and the videos and all of the videos and all of the information will show immediate reactions per protocols on what the officers should do and what was followed. I will say that we have to do things better, but that also includes on the hospital side, on the EMT side, on the responses to that as well. The officers have to be supported as well at 3:30 in the morning. They had to do exactly what they did. They had understand the frustrations on our part as well when we have to do the procedures and protocols that we have. We have no choice to vary from them at all. The officers are not, they have no desire. I'm not speaking to this incident in particular, but in any, They have no interest to have an individual on the ground. They have no other recourse until that ambulance can get there, until the gurney can get there. And when the officer has to reach out and say, "Where's the gurney?" Yeah. I caution, but I say, I'm hopeful that all of the evidence and all the accompanying evidence, and there's other videos and other video media that's there that night that also should be released at some point in time to show in the context.
You referenced hearing from the police chief and the request to actually speak to you. Can you tell us when that happened and when that occurred? Was it characterized as a held overdose case or something?
On the first part with the chief, I'm sorry.
Right, so when that phone call came from the police chief requesting to speak to the members, do you recall when that was and when that happened? Was it characterized as an overdose?
Yeah, it was within the next day or the day. We really, as I said, spent the last 2 days trying to pin down all of this and look at it.
So it was in March when you heard the call from the chief requesting to speak to the members?
It was within a day or two. If it wasn't that day, it was the next day.
And was it characterized as a drug overdose?
No, it wasn't. You know, it was a very brief conversation, simply saying that there was an incident the other night. There was an investigation going on, and what I stated was what was told to me, and we proceeded as we have in any similar case. You know, understand. Unfortunately, there's a substance abuse problem out there. Everyone knows about. There's mental health issues and problems out there. We deal way too often with these situations. I wish and I hope there was another way than police officers at 3 o'clock in the morning they have to deal with this. But remember, those officers that responded that night were responding to a call for an alarm and a break-in. There was a different officer at a different location that was dealing with a group family.
Do you think there should be more help for police officers when you talk about dealing with mental health issues and seeing that as commonplace in the city? Is there a need to have teams that are also called in when it appears that somebody is suffering from some mental health issues?
I'll say this, I absolutely believe that we need more help. It wasn't that long ago when in New York State, our mental health facilities were closed and people were just put out onto the street. And who was the only other agency to be able to deal with them? The police. We definitely need changes. We need help. What we have to understand is, and I don't have all the answers. I don't think anybody does. But how do we do that and how do we respond to it? At 3:30 in the morning, and a call that may give you no indication of what you're dealing with and what you're going to encounter. How do we do that at that point? And if we can get to those answers and we can get to that help, I 100% support that, as well as everyone of my 700 plus members.
So we've been hearing a lot of different dates thrown out there from different local officials. I found out this on this date. No, that he didn't. I found this out on this date. So in terms of you, what's the timeline for you? We know you just said in March you got the call that your members needed to be spoken with. You didn't find out anything else. From there on out, what did you learn? What documents were you provided? At what times? What did you know and when did you know? Anything about the investigation, the AG?
What we're battling, and I don't want to say battling, we're trying to deal with a system now that got put into place on the release of videos and then disciplinary matters and personnel records and so forth. You know, obviously our concerns are those materials that are released are adequately reviewed and redacted. I will say this, the attorney that's representing the crew place had foiled my records and the chief's records, and they did release them and review and redact them. On mine, they didn't redact them quite as well as they should have, which resulted in my social security number and my home address and whatever being out there. So we're concerned in dealing with it. As we looked back, we were able to find, And the way this occurs, anytime a video, we have an agreement with the department. If a body worn camera video is going to be released through a FOIL request, that we're notified and the members are notified, any member that's in that video, just so they're aware and just for safety and concerns that they could have, or they should be aware that it's out there.
So in terms of those 7 members.
So
Yeah.
let me get to where I'm going. So upon looking back, and there's those emails after emails, we found an email dated July 31st that indicated that a video, body worn video, was going to be released. Not files, not records, not reports, but a video. It had no mention, certainly, that it involved an in custody death. That would be something that would certainly spark our attention and concern. It went to the members to review. Had we known at that point in time, and that's July 31st, that this was going to be released, we would have raised a concern, or at least asked the question, is the investigation complete? I still don't have an answer why that was done. I've had 2 different answers given to me on why, and it makes no sense to me. I listened to the mayor, and all she said was, go ask the law department. The law department was standing right next door. Why couldn't he answer it right then? I want to know. I still don't know. You know, it's important. If we have to figure a way to balance certainly transparency, and I believe in all these situations that you can be transparent. You can stand in front of the public and show something and give some type of, not conclusion, but opinion on what you believe has transpired and what you believe. The public needs that and deserves that. We're not opposed to that.
One more question and then I'll hand it over. But so of your 7 law enforcement officials that have been suspended, have you been in contact with them? Are they giving, how are they feeling? How are they reacting? What are they saying? I mean, their names are out there. Sure, their addresses are going to be out there. Are they fearful? Are they remorseful? What have you know these people? So what are they saying?
Well, certainly, you know, a police officer that is the center of media attention is not concerned for his own welfare or safety, but he is concerned about his families, his neighbors as well, as I do myself. That is the concern, and they are concerned that. Let's be honest here. Yesterday, they suspended 7 members. The mayor says she's disappointed in the chief, but he's going to do better. These 7 members are suspended. In fact, one of the members was never on scene with Mr. Prude. But did they not even review that? But that member now has his name out and been suspended.
Do you know why he was suspended?
I don't think they know why he was suspended, let alone that officer. And the officers are given no information. They're asked to come in, they're asked to turn over their equipment, and they're given a sheet and basically told what they're allowed to do and not to do on that suspension. They cooperated right at the start when asked on this. They had no clue. They're more in the dark than anyone on all of this. And that is what is concerning. And we share the concerns with the public. We share the concerns with the family. We've heard nothing, absolutely nothing on this case.
Will you be suing over this, suing the city?
I don't know what the mayor's referring to for a lawsuit. I'm totally clueless what she means. Do I want a fair investigation from my members? Absolutely. Whatever that conclusion is, then it is.
Are they remorseful? Are they upset? How are they telling you they feel, these officers?
Oh, I have not had that conversation with them. Listen, I don't even know at this point in time if they even know. Well, now obviously, but if they knew at any point in time that Mr. Prude was deceased, we haven't even confirmed that. What we did yesterday was simply ensure that they're okay and they're safe. They had to go through, this is these are, a couple of these officers are very young officers, and, you know, they're confused as well. I think when this investigation's over and you compare it to just what the training they went through, to me, it looks like they were watching the training in front of them and doing it step by step by what that training says to do. So if there's a problem with that and there's an issue with it, let's change it. If there's a problem with it and it was identified, the very next day, that training should be changed. What is going to prevent the same occurrence from happening tonight or this weekend to officers that have to follow a protocol? These officers, in their internal review, if they vary at all from that training they received, they will face discipline. But the one common thing that I think we've seen in this past year is any incident that comes into play, you have a mayor or a chief of police who stands in front of the microphones and says that he will or she will hold people accountable. Let's start there with holding who should be held accountable first. If an officer does something wrong outside of protocol, then they should be disciplined appropriately. If they follow exactly the standards and the protocols to a T, what do you say to them?
Do you think protocol needs to be changed? And when you look at that officer pressing the Mr. Prude's head against the pavement, because I think when we harken back to George Floyd, we all know that obviously an officer had his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So when you look at someone who is naked, he is arrested, so you know he doesn't have a gun, and there's moments where he's still talking as he has the cover over his face, but his face is pushed down into the pavement. And I guess when you say the officers follow protocol, if they don't follow protocol, then we have a problem. Do you think protocol needs to be changed?
Well, I'm not an expert in that, but I will say this. The questions should go to criminal justice services. There's videos out there that show exactly why and how that tactic is used to a T to what that officer did. They explain it. I don't have that in front of me, and I'm not going to recite it. I haven't been trained in it. When I looked at the training, when I looked at the reading material, and we watched the video, it is exactly the way they've been trained. I've been cautioned not to say too much, but I have to say that because I saw that and I reviewed that. I ask you to do that because it needs to be independent. The question should go to the people who design that and who train our people. I'm not an expert in that.
As president of the social club, there are a lot of people, and I talked to a few civil rights folks yesterday that are calling for Chief Singletary to step down. Do you believe he should step down?
I don't think it's appropriate for me to offer my opinion. It would be my personal opinion, personally at this time, and I don't think I'm at a point to answer that. Should he be held accountable? Yes. In fact, I think the person that's holding him accountable should be held accountable, quite frankly. I think the law department should be held accountable. Why have we had several files released that have problems? One of the released files had the name of a minor on it that by law has to be redacted. Why do these problems keep going on over and over again and nothing's being done? If our officer do something wrong, they're held accountable and receive discipline. If they do it again, they receive higher discipline. It's called progressive punishment.
Can you share your opinion on whether or not, a lot of people calling for Mayor Lovely Warren to resign? Can you share your opinion on that?
I think that the mayor has a cloud over her head right now. And I think that's distracting from her ability to do her job effectively. I think that it was a careless and reckless press conference that was done yesterday. And we have to remember what's most important. The safety, public safety is most important. I did not see anything yesterday that ensured anyone's safety. And I am at total loss. I was at a total loss on Monday morning why she held a press conference on residency. The whole weekend, our people were working overtime. We're dealing with a number of situations.
All right. This guy's gold. This guy is fucking gold. Wow. All right. Let me pause it.
Oh, can we let him hang himself? He's doing a really good job there. My bullshit meter is going
Are you-
mega. I mean, like 1 out of 10, and I'm at
I
like
noticed
50.
you put your hair in a ponytail, which means you mean business.
No, I was gonna do another dab, but I don't want my hair near the torch.
It is, but
it
don't
okay
slap
to
yourself,
do a
please.
dab? Oh wait, no,
I don't-
that's
I don't-
just a little thing. It makes noise.
Good. All right,
I didn't
good.
hurt myself at all.
All right, NJ, you want me to play this clip and then we'll go to Flutter and Liberty and get their thoughts first on everything. So, again, this is a viewer discretion is advised. There's a 6-minute clip.
Just cue it up at 6:03 and freeze it.
All right, 6:03 and freeze it.
Wait, honey, can I say you don't have to worry about me? I've seen
Little
all
bit
of the
further.
internet. Just
Yeah, the internet's a
you don't
crazy
have to
place.
worry.
Right there? Yeah.
Are his knees touching the ground?
The officers are not.
So where's his upper body putting pressure on if his knees aren't touching the ground?
Push it a couple more seconds.
You want me to do it in slow motion?
Yep.
Yeah, let me
Can you hear
rewind.
me at all, or
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Let me do this in slow-mo. Is that cool?
It's split screen about 6:07.
Hold on. She looks like a superwoman right now. Look at this. Look at this. Superwoman CFW over here. You did the sorry. All right, let me put this in slow-mo. How did I do it before? Playback speed. I'll be okay. All right.
Playback speed below 1.
Yeah. So pointing at his knee. See that part?
The knee is on his thigh, actually.
Right now?
Not yet. Let it go. Let it go. You're going to get a split screen with 2 different cameras. There you go.
Pause that. It looks like he's doing push-ups.
okay?
Where his hands are.
It literally looks like he's doing push-ups, Futternut, on the right, or is it just me?
I would need actually a little bit better image because, like, I can see exactly how he's pointed, and there's 2 ways about it. It depends where his hands are. If his hands are at the between the shoulder blades, that would make absolute sense to hold him down if he is struggling. He was struggling. And granted, I don't think that he committed any major crime. I think it was either drugs or mental illness from the video that I watched. Like, there's a little bit more. If his hands are on his neck, that is not approved by anyone.
That is not his neck. That is his head.
Okay, head I can actually see. Well, it depends. How long does he keep that stance for?
That's what we don't know because the video gets frozen for a few seconds. Plus, we don't know when he started that position.
Yeah, because if it's a freeze frame of that shot, even if it's a freeze frame that holds for half a second, it looks a lot more. It looks a lot worse than what it really is.
He holds it for quite a few seconds with this video, and we can't see it prior to it because it was edited out. We have no idea how long he held this position.
Okay, well, I don't think any officer actually fuck even saying an officer. I don't think any person is going to sit there and do a push up on somebody's head for more than a second.
Well,
It's
this
an
starts.
uncomfortable thing.
This starts at 6:02, I believe, 6:01, 6:02. It pauses for a couple of seconds and then keeps going. So
Okay,
and
let's see
it
where
gives it
it.
enough time. It gives it enough time for them to get the gurney out of the ambulance.
Oh, so okay. Sorry.
And I have no idea how far back he started.
I'll play a little bit more of it.
Yeah, this is actually two different officers' video. Obviously, the one on the left is the one actually doing what you see on the right.
It looks like a. Never mind. I was gonna say a sex position, but I don't want to be offensive. Doesn't it though? I've used that move before.
Well, the recipient was in a totally different.
That's the problem. That's why I feel bad saying it. I mean, ZFW, what's your thoughts on this here?
Also have it slowed down at this point.
I wish I knew how he actually got, like,
We already read
that was coming out of his mouth. What was that? Was that a drug?
We read the
Drugs?
coroner report. Yeah, we read the coroner report already. It was asphyxiation. It was actually ruled a homicide.
It looked like homicide to me. I mean, it might not have been. You know what? These guys just didn't care. They didn't care that he was naked. They didn't care he was thrusting around. They were joking. They were having fun. These guys did not care about this man at all. They would have helped him had they cared, because he obviously needed help, and I think they killed him. What do y'all think?
I think the coroner report speaks for itself.
I don't think there's any way of getting out of this, because
I took note of something that that guy was talking about, is that he's seen the video and he also seen the training videos, and the officer did exactly as trained. I've been saying this for a while now. In fact, you can go back to my radio interview at KGNU. If it's not enough training, right, or more training is not the problem versus the training itself is really the problem, then we need to do something about changing the protocols that these officers are currently utilizing for force against us. And so if there's that big of an issue that we're seeing on a nationwide scale, and I would say even a global scale, with the use of force, we need to put stricter guidelines in there, that allows officers to figure out how to maintain their safety without getting physically aggressive and or potentially taking the life of somebody.
Southside? I'm going to go live to Rochester, New York right now. I'm not going to play the audio version, but I'm going to mute CFW because she doesn't realize she's on audio, so I'm going to look out for her. This is a live protest going on right now in Rochester, New York. I do want to get the opinion of Southside Slacker on what we just saw.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, obviously the officer is negligent at minimum. I mean, whether he intentionally went in there to harm this guy, I mean, it just he didn't take proper steps, knowing that there was mental health at risk. You've seen how nonchalant they were acting prior to what took place. They're laughing and joking. It's no big deal to them. Like, I looked at the actions entirely. Like, I don't think these guys intended on fucking murdering this dude. So murder's a hard charge for me. I can't swallow that pill giving these cops murder. But I could see a manslaughter charge because they were negligent, at properly caring for this man's well-being. And these are supposed to be people that should help in that case.
I want to kind of go off on that. And again, I'm kind of late to the party here.
It's okay.
If it's exactly how they're trained, I don't think that it's manslaughter. If that's how the officer is trained.
Well, I still go back to it probably being manslaughter. No doubt the officers trained that way, then the force should hold liability as well in their training, because the officer didn't do anything he shouldn't have done according to the training. So
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Neither did Hitler's fucking Heimies. You know,
eh,
they loaded people up on the train, did what they were told.
okay, but at the same time, just like we did with Hitler, are we going to prosecute all the police and put them to the firing squad, or we let all the chiefs and all the politicians
No,
get
but
away like we did the Nazis? So that's what I'm
I
saying.
think
Like,
Rourke,
he
Rourke did
deserves,
it.
Andrew, if I
he
may
deserves the
interject,
charge.
yeah, the I was only following orders didn't work in Nuremberg.
What?
What? Well, I
The
guess no, it didn't. But you're not talking about police officers during the
So
Nuremberg.
Howard Rourke actually nailed it on the head. You changed the rules of engagement, right? So literally, you actually have to go in, and we talk about, city council meetings. We talk about talking to your legislator, but really, dude, we need to start working together and organizing better as a community to go against these topics that we feel so strongly about, and then actually writing in and or calling in to talk to the people that are, you know, eh, in charge of these rules of engagement, right? The oversight of the oversight. If the sheriff isn't doing his job, who's overseeing that? Why isn't the mayor getting involved at that point, right? So now you
place
have
to
two
go,
levels.
yeah, the place to go with this is the state attorney general's office.
That's
And I
funny.
agree.
They don't seem to do nothing, dude. They got a report about me being shoved down face down and piss and pubic hair, and they haven't so much as even inspected the fucking facilities.
And I don't doubt that officers do commit crimes and do that, but I'm looking at this case in this scenario right here, and I don't feel like, yes, they did what the policy mandates, and they should be charged with something. And I could sit fine with the manslaughter case. I don't think these men were malicious in what they did. Were they negligent? Yes. Malicious? I don't see it. And I'm anti-cop. Don't sit here and think I'm pro-cop. I'm like I said, I don't like cops. I think they're a gang and an organization that gets away with whatever they want. But I'm also not willing to throw a man's life away over a misconception of a situation. Like they are still they have families that have to deal with the consequences that we the people decide that they need to face. So, like let's make rightful things. Don't just because a cop kills someone think, okay, that's murder. Like, is it just manslaughter? Is it murder? Was it malicious? Was it negligent? What are the factors behind what he did? Not take off the blue uniform and like they say, as if we were in that situation, we'll take off the blue uniform and would it still be murder or would it be manslaughter due to negligence? If I was
I personally think it should be worse than that. I mean, I think any time that negligence and or brutality becomes a cause of death, right? Anything outside of reasonable use of force, I think that we should be holding officers to a higher level of scrutiny and or consequence. That's the only way to change those behaviors. Like think about this: if we didn't allow child molesters to get an ankle monitor and release back into the public where they can go fucking rent a house right across the street from an elementary school, not only would there be a lot less victims, but there would probably be a whole lot less pedophiles if we were like, hey, you know what? Now it's, treason or death, or, like we take it to the extreme, right? Public
I agree
hanging.
with you on that, but with pedophiles, there's not a code of conduct being taught to them by higher power. So that's what I'm saying. Why are we throwing murder to the police officer? Why don't we give him what I feel, what some deem not, it's not, but why don't we give him manslaughter, which is a charge of taking someone's life with negligence, and then at the same time charge his superiors with something higher for teaching these, and then they'll start to learn. That's what I'm saying. Like rather than just
That's too light though, man. Like manslaughter for a cop equals what? 6 months unsupervised probation?
Yeah, and I say take away the cop privilege. Like say give him the manslaughter that I know family. I knew a guy who did manslaughter that did fucking 12 years for it. You know what I'm saying? So give us give them the manslaughter we get, but let's do
That
justice
sounds
to the
fair.
justice system.
That,
You
no,
like
I
you know
think
what I'm
that sounds
saying?
pretty fair.
That's what I'm saying because the chief deserves to see the punishment. So do the in the academy, whoever's training these officers to act like this deserves to see the punishment. Like I'm all for punishing everybody involved, but rightfully so.
Well, we need to change that forum though, because this is the thing: is that if more training is not the issue, it's the training itself. And if
exactly.
if we're not addressing that, I mean, and we can address that on local levels. You can call your sheriff's department and be like, listen, you guys, are fucking up in the people's perspective, and you should probably have a petition or some type of backing to your claim if you're representing a group. But my point is that if you start addressing this and start going to the horse's mouth, you go directly to the sheriff, you go over their head to the, city council or the mayor, and then the governor, or however the fuck you got to get done, attorney general, like,
Yeah.
was suggested. So there's options out there. But if we just sit here and fucking bitch and complain and then take no action, I pity the fucking fool, because we're all going to be in the same damn boat at the end of the day.
Hey, man. Hey, I mean, you're spitting truth there, preaching to the choir, brother. Like, I agree with that 100%. I mean, there's an underlying issue that has to be.
Coming out. Lights.
Well, here's the deal I can see is, one, how do you do that without taking the police immunity away?
And that's $1 million question right now.
Like, here's the thing, whether like you like this or not, the police do need some sort of immunity just to be able to do their job properly. Like, whether
Well, I mean, do you really need it to an extent? I mean, because
you do.
Me as a citizen, just living my life, if I have to, okay, Bird, you're a second cat, just like me. If I'm walking down the street and I see a young woman being attacked and I go to pull my weapon, I have to consciously be aware of everything around me before I discharge that weapon. Just with the training that I take and use on my own, and I'm not held to a higher standard, but I just do that as a just a training partaking.
Okay.
So if I was in a cop,
That is
they don't need the
actually
insurance if they act morally responsible. They wouldn't need that coverage. If they didn't say, oh, I'm going to go beat somebody up, then why would they need the coverage? If they went and thought, let's find peaceful resolutions, they wouldn't hide behind insurance and qualified immunity and all that shit. So they don't need it. They give it to them just as a means of covering their own ass when shit goes
Shit, not here in
wrong.
Colorado.
No, we'll actually take. Hold on. We'll take your example there, and your example. Guess what? Even if a police officer did that, it's the exact same thing. The difference is you might have, say, a 911 on you, where a police officer has pepper spray and a taser and everything else.
Could you back up away from your mic just a little bit, Futternut? It's super loud, man.
I just have to address something real fast. It's not the same thing. I've never and will never fire into at a suspect with a crowd of people standing behind them. Officers do that regularly. Officers do not take into account the houses and the citizens that are standing behind the victim they shoot at. So, the way I handle
No,
guns,
we're talking about the
officers-
hypothetical situation that you put in play.
Well, as I say, my situation is hypothetical because I've never done it. But there's plenty of video that you can see where cops open fire and they have no concern about the surroundings around.
Yeah, but you got to realize that. So, whether an officer or a person, now mind you, the officer has more training behind how to deal with those kinds of situations than the majority of civilians, except for those maybe with military training. However, there are a few of us that have similar experience and or training. The thing about it is that when you're in the heat of that moment where you decide to actually draw out, okay, the adrenaline gets pumping, your accuracy fucking drops by, I think, something like 60%. And your focus becomes the threat and often not the things that surround it. However, through proper training, you will start paying attention to things like your backstop, the family in the car across the street from, where you're standing to where that individual is positioning the threat.
You say tunnel vision?
And that kind of goes into my point.
See the threat.
Yeah, in a sense, you're right. You know what I mean? It would be a lot of people in combat or in a combat situation or a self-defense situation become very consumed by tunnel vision.
Oh, 100%. But going into it, the insurance factor, like I'll make the conscious decision of what's all around because I get charged with firing my weapon in the city. I get charged with endangering the lives of others. I get charged.
Yeah,
with
even
all
if you're in the right.
Even if I'm in the right, I get charged with all these. So I have to consciously be aware of it. And I don't have insurance to back me up. And I still make the proper decisions when doing anything.
We should all do that. We should all go pull out insurance in case we shoot somebody.
Right? Yeah. Like, I mean, they have that, but I don't partake in it. I'm just saying, like, and that's what they go to a lot. They're training. Well, if you're trained so much to be better than us, why do you have such poor results?
Well, my thing is, why are you going to go pull insurance? Like to some degree, at that point, you're anticipating and expecting that you're going to dispatch someone and take their life. So, I mean, just by signing up for the fucking insurance, in my personal opinion, you're pretty much signing your soul away, saying that I am willing to do this. Now, in some instances, I can see it being a good thing. And in a lot of instances, do we see that it is poor judgment and very bad decision making, point blank, period.
Yeah. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying every cop shooting is unjustified. It's not. I mean, I just go situation by situation. And I apologize, no name. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Often it is just the court of public opinion. I am so sorry about seeing people get excessively charged for defending themselves. I'm sorry. What happened to the Second Amendment? If they're coming onto your property, threatening you, if they're coming at you, gonna kill you, aren't we allowed to defend ourselves? It doesn't seem like it anymore. They get excessive charges and BLM gets released again.
I'll comment on that, no name, in my, like, why I wouldn't, even though I know to an extent I have every legal right to. I'm not willing to be a martyr for a cause that nobody's going to pick the torch up and carry. You know, like, the first person that feels he has the right to defend himself and pulls that gun up at an officer is going to get shot down and then vilified in the media. So there's no way you're going to win a justified shooting against an officer. That is such an uphill fight that I wouldn't risk my life to do it because nobody would be willing to pick the torch up and carry it on. So I'm not willing to go that far if no one else is willing to make that sacrifice as well. And it's just honestly stupid because, like I said, you can't win that case. There's no way you win a justified shooting against an officer, a claim of self-defense. In my opinion, that's how I feel. Like, that's an uphill fight.
I was talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm sorry. They were chasing after him, and now he's in jail on how many millions of dollars of bail? Without even a hearing for a month, so he's got to sit in jail without even being able to post bail.
Yeah, so is everybody else with a trespass ticket.
I'll tell you, the justice system, I'm sure, is loving this.
They should have expected it after Corona. Actually, I think they did. It's called lockstep.
Oh yeah. Take all their jobs away, give them unemployment, and then give them a reason to riot. I'm sorry. And it always gives me that where they go looting the stores saying this is my right because gives me that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, I can't say the word. But what I see happening is absolutely abhorrent, and it's going on for how long now? Since May 25th. So that's like 100 days.
No, I think it's been building a lot longer.
Way longer than that. Yeah, this has been.
We're talking about before Rodney King. This shit's been going on. Like Rodney King was just because they got sick of it. They pulled out a camera, right? I'm out of here though, guys. I gotta call it a night. I got work again in the morning and shit early, and I'm definitely fucking strong, tired. So
thanks, Bird.
Before I go though, I just want to say, you know, I personally believe, dude, that probably at least 75% of officers, dude, get up in the morning and do their fucking jobs the right way. They show respect. They are courteous. We typically seek out the 25%, you know, that are doing bad shit. Not only that, but we're catching the 25% doing bad shit, and it's making the 75% look like a bunch of assholes. But to classify every cop into that bad category or that tyrant category, dude, is a disservice both to our intelligence and to both the first day and the police communities. So I would say, you know, keep an open mind to, you know, what we see, you know, and what we expose, you know, comes from a certain group of individuals, certain departments, but there are several others out there that are handling business in a very appropriate fashion.
I want to plug Good
All right,
Luck
Trey, I like that, bro. You have a good one.
Think Like a Cop. And his tagline is, "You can't say that, Rick." But he was a very good officer from what I understand from listening to many of his shows, that breaks down various things and says, well, this guy could have done better, or this guy did good. I really like him. It's okay to plug somebody, right? You're asking me if I watched The Other Side.
Who's asking you?
I think he just left.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry about that guy.
No, it's okay. I still get to say I look at all kinds of different streams. I have over 1,000 subscriptions, okay?
Do you have any favorite streams that you go on? Like, what's your favorite stream? Like, what panel do you love to go on the most?
No, I don't. No, my favorite stream is different than my favorite panel.
What's your favorite panel? Which panel do you like to go on the most?
Yours.
Oh, thank you.
And I said bye-bye. I gotta go to Jeff is here, but I did not say where I was going.
Well, he's in the chat too, so he followed you.
What?
He followed your lead like no name. Jeff is here, followed your lead.
Well, I pointed at my wrist and said it was time, even though I haven't watched in ages. I still look at my wrist, and
Right.
I tell the time by looking at my empty wrist.
I got a surprise for you, no name.
What is that?
I made you something. And not because I was hoping you would say that I was your favorite panel, but I did make you something regardless of that, and I'm stalling so I can get it together. Is that okay?
Okay.
I already made it. I made it after the show last night.
While we're talking, is it okay if I do dabs?
Why not? So
This is still marijuana, and as I wandered off camera and went for my bio break, I was wondering, oh wait, did I offend Jeff is here by doing a dab on camera
I think you didn't offend anybody. You're good, boo boo.
so that everybody could see the dragon?
No, you're good, boo boo. Don't
Okay.
you worry about that. Don't you worry about that.
I know it's marijuana, and I'm not familiar with the other stuff, okay? I mean, sure, back in the 80s, I
Right.
saw cocaine and crack.
Right.
Usually I would just freebase it myself so I could figure out what the hell it was. Because, if you're freebasing, all the shit falls down to the bottom and you get the rock on top that's just the good stuff, right?
You want me to tell you a secret?
Your dealer and say, what the fuck?
What happened?
No, you don't get it.
Right.
A lot of people cut it with stupid stuff.
You want me to tell you a secret?
Oh, well, it's not so secret if we're on your live stream.
Nobody's listening right now, so I may lose respect for what I'm going to say. You ready for this? Like, people might be mad at me and lose respect for me.
No, I don't do that anymore.
No. What I'm going to say, people may be disappointed in me.
That's okay.
I've never done cocaine.
All right,
I
so
didn't like it. I lost many friends to it, and they were peeking out the curtains until they died.
Well, someone said last night, Southside, because I've never been in prison before, I can't be a bridge for anti-police. Like, that makes fucking sense. Like, I need to go undercover and I need to commit a crime to go to, which, by the way, I mean, how stupid of a logic is that I need to commit a crime in order to relate to somebody? How stupid is that?
I thought it was so funny when Eric Brandt went in for his third ankle monitor. When the guy walked up and saw
Right.
2 ankle monitors on him, and he's like,
Right. I saw that. So I have a surprise for you.
okay.
Somebody in my chat this morning was you called somebody out last night. You called a specific troll out last night.
How would I know which one?
I know. No, it wasn't you, Futter. Like there was a troll that was making some allegations that this is not the original No Name. And
Okay,
right.
well, just to get that, we got this no-name artist, but he's a guy. How can we get confused?
Right, but not only that, you've been around a lot longer. So the individual who made those comments about you showed up in my comment section this morning, alleging that you were not the real No Name. And I defended you, and I said she's been around a lot longer, and I have a surprise for you. You ready for that surprise?
Look at her channel.
There it is. What does that say?
Wait, no, you got to take the space out of it.
What does that say?
You got it wrong, though. You got to take the space out of it. There's
No.
no space between no and name.
He's not the real No Name. You're the real No Name, not him. This is a look of a. This is a sad person.
Grant and not now, maybe later. What's his name? Andrew. I love Andrew, but
Yeah, but those are like second and third.
when he was walking around going, Peter, 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 have you seen my Peter?
Right. So I'm not. No.
Well, no, he stopped doing that shortly after I started watching, maybe 6 months later.
Okay.
But it was hilarious because he would wander up and down public sidewalks.
Right.
Peter, Peter, have you seen my Peter? And like,
What does it have to do with No Name?
Say I'm looking for my bunny rabbit.
Right. NJ, do you want to go over the use of force thing you sent me earlier, NJ?
No, what I gave you was for New Jersey only.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's no good then.
There is no federal mandate.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we have. I'm trying to be as down the middle as possible, and I get a lot of hate when I'm not down the middle. I get hate when I give my opinion, etc. Let me play this video real quick. Dozens honor. Actually, no, that's not. I just want to stress that I don't think we're doing a good enough job when it comes to how to deal with mental health, how to treat mental health, how to deal with mental health. And I think we see a lot of instances with law enforcement treating mental health as if they're normal. Treating mental health. Who just cut me off?
I did. Sorry, I didn't. I thought you'd. I just want to stop you before you play the video because I got something to say on that.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you're absolutely correct. Mental health is something that is completely different than law enforcement. Unfortunately, the law enforcement does have to tackle that problem, especially when you have a naked guy running at you. But if we do all this whole defund the police stuff, where do you think the money's going to come from?
Right.
Do you think they're going to buy less bullets? Do you think that they're going to extend the use of their cop cars?
Right.
Or do you think that they're going to do less training? Do you think that social workers, which are paid by police departments in major cities to ride along with police officers, are not going to be one of the first ones fucking cut?
Can I say one thing, please? Please look up the real Eric Brandt and ketamine deaths.
I was just talking to Eric.
The person is in excited delirium, so the administrator can be.
this afternoon as more than
I was talking with Eric today. So this is they had a reenactment. This happened today for an individual who passed away in late March. And this is happening in September. That's problematic, in my humble opinion. And I don't know. I just think as human beings, we all can improve and we all can get better and we can all be better than yesterday. And I think with the amount of with how much I love law enforcement, and everyone knows that I'm pro law enforcement, you have to look at situations by situations. And in this situation, I know they're not medical care doctors, but they also had no right to laugh, and they had no right to make asses of themselves.
You know what? You can't tell anyone that they do not have a right to laugh, whether it's tasteful or not.
Professionalism should be expected when you're law enforcement or anything like that.
Sometimes people laugh to release stress. They might have known it's all fucked up and how did this happen? I'm sorry, but they're just human, right? And I'm not on their side for what they did, but the laughing part, okay?
What's your take, Southside?
I mean, you know me, I'm not pro cop right off the bat. You know, I'm naturally anti, but I mean, you do got to go in case by case, man. Like they are human beings as well. So yeah, I want to go in there and I want to hate them because they're cops and they have that uniform naturally. But at the same time, like you got to take into account that they're humans. You know what transpired. Like it didn't look like to me a bunch of cops that were out to just fucking hurt some guy, but it did look like a bunch of individuals that should have handled the situation better, and that being the position they're in and that we do hold them to a higher standard shouldn't have acted so neglectful to a man that clearly needed help, and they aided in what happened. Like people may argue, oh, he was, you know, he could have died anyways because he was on drugs and whatnot, but just they aided in what happened to the man. So it's case by case, you know. Like I want to naturally hate all cops, but I got to look at them as individuals and look at it as, you know, each individual case.
He was cuffed and sitting. He was not running away. There was no reason to do anything to him but step back beyond the distance he can spit and wait for the medical professionals to come tend to him. Right? That would be my answer. Just step back. They had plenty of people there to make sure he's not going to get away with his hands cuffed behind his back. They didn't need to spit mask it. All they needed to do was walk back. So you can't get hit with it, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, now a little bit of my background, I've been able to shoot guns and boomerangs and yo-yos and slingshots since I was like 10. So, and situational awareness is a very important thing because I'm mid 50s and I live very close to Detroit. Right? So you always need to stay in front of your car.
Right. Awesome. You guys want to have some fun? You guys want to play a game after that? I mean, I'm depressed as fuck after this. I mean, we've been talking about one story for the past 2 hours, and this was, you know, Sancho Sunday is a multiple news story, but I'm just like,
it was heartbreaking. Let's have some fun, El Sancho.
You want to have some fun? All right, we gotta let's play. You want to play real or fake?
Dab a minute.
You want to dab real quick? All right, you can dab. Now, did you say your husband's going to be on?
Oh, wait, no. I asked what the rules are for bringing him on your stream. Is shorts good enough or does it need
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts.
Well, we can't see you.
You can't?
That's pretty fucking bloody obvious, buddy.
Oh. All right. So can we play? Apparently, a lot of people are asking now. Has your husband been on panel before?
Not this one.
Has he been on some other panel before? So I will.
One night I was too loud and it came in dick out on the. And
Well, he came in with wait a minute. He came in with his dick out. Where? Where's this?
On a panel.
Was it on a panel or was it on your other business?
no, it was StreamYards. If he is age verified on my other business, so he can come in naked anytime he wants.
Right.
Fine.
You know I can't allow dicks on my panel.
Right.
We have butternut. That's enough.
No. That's why if I hear the door opening, I'm like, you gotta wear pants.
You got to keep that dick hidden. All right. So.
Or I gotta figure out the button. Are there hot buttons? Can I mute and stop cam or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, you could do anything you want to do, boo boo.
No, I meant I don't know about StreamYard. Is there a hotkey to make it mute or stop cam?
I don't know about hotkeys or cold keys. I know there's keyboard, there's a mouse, there's stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's just it. If I'm in talkie with you,
Right.
I need to hit the mute button right away or the stop cam, and
Right.
that way I don't see the chat.
No name. Do you want to play a game right now?
Mute again. Here
I
we go.
want you guys to spot the fake headline out of these headlines. Let's have some fun. All right, let's have some fun. Can you spot the real headline? This is for the chat as well. Headline number 1, Ghost is caught stealing bagels from local bakery. Headline number 2, 101-year-old man finishes marathon. Or headline number 3, werewolf buys $500 glasses so he can see the full moon.
I see the first one.
One of these headlines is real. One of these and the rest are fake. So I need everybody in the chat to choose between 1, 2, or 3. Pick 1, 2, or 3.
One is real.
I choose 3 as real.
Like, so that's what only one of these 3 are going to be
Only
real?
one. Can you spot the real headline?
Yeah, I'm
now,
going to go
did the ghost caught stealing the bagels from the local bakery? Did the 101-year-old man finish the marathon? Or did the werewolf buy $500 glasses so he can see the full moon?
I'm gonna go with number 2, man. Old folks are doing outrageous shit these days, and it gives me hope for when I'm 102.
All right. So, can you convince the other ones to choose number 2? Because I can only choose one answer. Let's see if it's number 2. You're right. According to BBC, a man named Fahia Singh ran a 10K race in 1 hour and 32 minutes. The human body is amazing. If you take care of it and exercise, you might be able to run a marathon when you're 101 years old too. There you go. That's some good, inspiration. And when you're 101 years old, you can. All right. 1, 2, or 3. Sir John A. MacDonald said, "Don't believe everything you see on TV." Number 2, 7-year-old lives on Mars, has amazing space garden. Number 3, boy rescued after tongue gets stuck to frozen pole.
Number 3 happens every year.
1, 2, or 3.
Number 3 happens every year.
Well, let's have a discussion first, my guy. Jesus Christ.
I say because televisions go back a long ways. So
yeah.
like my niece tells me that was the 1900s. You know, like she makes it seem like it was like I'm just so fucking old.
I
So
know. I feel you on that one. I have one niece myself, and I feel old as fuck.
yeah, what's her? Oh, when were you born, Uncle? 1981. Oh my God, that's so old. Like, oh, thanks.
I'm younger than you, and I feel old as fuck.
I'll say 3 though too, because Christmas was the Christmas Story was a good movie.
I think that's a safer option. Ouch! This sounds painful, but it's true. If you lick a cold pole or metal in the winter, your tongue could get stuck. According to CBS, this happened to one boy in Oklahoma who had to get paramedics for help. All right, one. Let me blow this up so everyone can see it. That'll be a great start. All right, here we go. Real or fake? 500-year-old cell phone found in an ancient Roman temple. Boston mom calls 911 over son's video game habit. Or President of Canada visits school in Nova Scotia. My grandmother was born in Nova Scotia, and I am from Boston. Park the car. Someone doesn't know what donkeys mean. Do any of you guys know what like donkeys mean?
Donkeys?
Donkeys? Donkeys, no?
No.
Nope.
It's the Boston slang for Dunkin' Donuts. Gotta go to donkeys. Gotta get our donkeys. Let's go. Park the car. Wicked pisser.
My vote on this is Boston mom calls 911.
1,
Wow.
2, or 3.
Because we all know, time travelers have visited the past. So, I mean, they could have left their phone. And, I mean, I don't know much about Canada. No, I'll go Boston. Moms are crazy. Moms are crazy. So yeah.
All right. Headline 2. It's true. CTV News reported that a mom was so worried about her son missing sleep because of his video game habits that she actually called the police. Video games are fun, but make sure you don't get too distracted and remember to take care of yourself.
That's
All right. Here we go. 1, 2, or 3. Home intruder turns out to be squirrel after woman calls police over strange noises. Researchers say cookies are world's healthiest snack. Or number 3, snake taught to tap dance for competition brings home the gold. 1, 2, or 3. Which one is it?
I almost.
This is actually a tough one.
I almost want to say 2.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's 1.
But we almost to be on the same page because I hope it's 2. Like I would like then I could use that argument when people talk shit about my snacking bits as a pothead.
Yeah.
But I feel like number 1 might be it. I feel like they thought it was an intruder or a ghost and it turned out to be a rodent.
You have no ability in a snake having the ability to dance, tap dance?
I don't trust snakes. My Lord and Savior Christ, they're the serpents. They're evil. I can't trust them. I'm just fucking around. But no, I don't. They don't have feet. I thought they don't have legs.
Well, that's what I was wondering is how can they fucking tap dance?
Yeah, like that's crazy as shit. But watch it be true.
Like logistically, how the fuck can a snake tap dance?
I mean,
something on the tail.
Aren't there some that kind of that slither sideways?
Oh, they fucking train people to do shit. So this is the truth, actually. The squirrel didn't get thrown in jail, but there was no charges pressed by the woman either. So the squirrel kind of got away with it. 1, 2, or 3. The Monday's canceled until further notice. Woman uses mom voice to scare bear away from porch. Polar bear and penguin have a fight, and the penguin wins.
Then the bear can't win at all in this options.
I'm thinking that it's number 2 because polar bears are fucking just. Those are probably one of the worst animals ever. They're the most vicious bear.
I think we're gonna split on this one, though moms are probably the scariest being I know of. I think I'm gonna give it to the penguin. I think the penguin got one over on the polar bear this time.
So 1, 2, or 3?
I'm gonna think 3 because
Three.
polar bears they're going extinct. They're dying. They got no ice. He can't fight no more.
Even though both penguins and polar bears live in cold climates, that doesn't mean they're in the same place. Polar bears live in the Arctic while penguins live in Antarctica. This means that they would never encounter each other in the wild and could never get into a fight. So this story is false.
So the mom was the scarier one. Damn it.
All right. We got puppies, cats. We're good. Cat learns to whistle, wins Grammy for Best New Artist.
It is 2020.
Canadian capital Calgary has highest number of puppy adoptions in the country. World's fattest hedgehog goes on a diet. One of these are real headlines. Which one is it?
I'm gonna say number 3.
Number 3. Number 3.
I'm just gonna go number 2 solely because they're my favorite and they look adorable. So let's go puppies in Canadian capital.
All right. Let's see if it's 2 or 3. Don't let this sweet story about puppies fool you. This is false. The capital of Canada is not actually Calgary, but Ottawa. You see how they got you there?
Yeah, they did. Man, Futter, you're a genius, bro. That's 2 that you've.
He's from Canada too. Well, he's from Canada, so
yeah.
I know that Calgary is not the capital of anything.
Yeah, so he caught it. Didn't want to reveal his cards, but okay. Officials say Niagara Falls will be out of water by next year. Men bitten by shark, bear, and snake had odds of 893 quadrillion to 1. Canada bans all balloons along with plastic straws. This is not fair for Futter not being in here, but okay, let's go with it.
Should I answer this or no?
I think I'm pretty sure we all know what the answer is, so we're just going to pretend like we don't. And go ahead, Southside. Or No Name. Where's No Name? She's too quiet. No Name, where'd you go? Is she here? Hold on. No Name. What's up, boo-boo?
Oh, I went to go wash up. Now I'm gonna go put a snack in the. Oh no, I'm actually using a microwave again. I did without a microwave for 12
Do you want to
years.
come back after your snack and play the game with us? We were just playing a game.
What game? Oh, I was trying, but yeah.
All right, so let me
I
quiz
got
you
up
right now
early,
that we have
okay?
you. I want you to find the real story here, okay? Is it option 1, where the officials say Niagara Falls will be out of water next year? Is it going to be option 2, man bitten by shark, bear, and snake had odds of 893 quadrillion to 1? Or number 3, Canada bans all balloons along with plastic straws? Which one's the real story?
3.
Number 3. All right, let's see what she says.
3.
I believe that's not. Wait, it's not working. All right, tell me what score. Yep, sometimes new articles will trigger. Yep, this is true. Congratulations, No Name.
Lift our universe,
You
Canada.
You got that right. You got that right.
Well, based on Libtard Canada, who is this fella Trudeau? How do you feel about him?
I don't know him personally. Futter?
Fuck him.
You don't like Justin Trudeau?
Didn't like him in his first term. I don't like him under his minority government. He's the biggest fucking thief and the worst prime minister I think Canada's ever had.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
No,
Because we have laws against incitement to violence.
Oh, wow. We're going to go that way.
No.
Oh, No Name. Don't do that, please.
No, I'm sorry. Trudeau really pisses me off.
Holy shit, my ears.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No.
Like, here's the deal is...
I can't fucking hear.
What, you're wearing headphones? I'm sorry.
Ow.
Yeah, here's the deal: is one, in all honesty, I do not believe in incitement to violence, and I don't think a politician should ever have to worry about violence just for doing their job. But in all reality, I do think that he needs to be charged with treason, and he has been the absolute worst prime minister this country has seen since we were still under British rule.
Now, can I ask a question? I know nothing of Canadian
Fucking
politics.
Andrew, I'm out.
How did you come to this opinion? Again, just outside looking in, I know nothing. Just this is the first I'm getting an education on Canadian politics. So, just a question:
Okay.
why did you come to this conclusion?
Well, some of his divisive ideals, which he puts into Parliament, such as like prior to his first election, where he is saying the East is actually better than the West, and that he needs to take the financial capabilities of Alberta and the Western provinces away. Then you go into when he got into cabinet, instead of hiring people that were qualified for his job, he is too worried about making it look diverse with women and people of color. And then on top of that, he's the only prime minister that's ever been found guilty of ethics violations by the ethics commissioner. And that wasn't only once, but I think he's up to his fourth time being.
Hold on. I need to do a wellness check on No Name. She is not feeling well right now. You okay, No Name? Am I yelling? Am I yelling because my ear's still jacked up?
I understand his story. I get to shed a few tears over that, okay?
All right. I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
I'm being quiet about it, right?
I just want to make sure you're okay. That's all I care about.
This story is heartbreaking. I read it.
Well, no, it's not heartbreaking. It's just a crooked ass politician. That when a former military vet actually questions him about spending and the fact that our vets have been largely ignored. And this isn't just like where you guys have Democrats and Republicans, we have liberals and conservatives. This isn't just a problem that happened with the liberals and the conservatives, or not just with the liberals, which Justin Trudeau is. It's been happening for years. Our vets are being ignored. And Trudeau's straight-faced answer was, well, we can't do anything. You guys are already asking for too much. Things like that divide our country. He's trying to race bait most of his policies, where Canada largely has not been a racial country. Like if you look at things such as Black Lives Matter, I've been down to the US. I can see that there's definitely differences between American black people and Canadian black people. Canadians, as far as Canada's been a country, Canada never had a slave trade and was not slave owners. We were at the end of the line, much with a couple of the United States as well. But we were at the end of the line for the Underground Railroad. Canada's where slaves came to be free. Now, all of a sudden, because Trudeau in his 6 years or 5 years wants to sit there and bow down like he's fucking Biden, all of a sudden, you know what? We're having race riots for a minority that doesn't even make up 6% of our population. We have not had the same kind of interactions as the United States has when it comes to African American or black people in our country. That's just not something that has happened until recent time. He's one of the most divisive.
Say a little bit, just a second or two, okay? I really am sad that now I need a shit ton of paperwork in order to go visit the place one of my grandparents were born and other of my ancestors.
You want me to try to cheer you up, No Name?
What? No, I'm sad about the restrictions they're putting on our freedom to travel. Isn't that one of the amendments, the right to travel freely?
Yeah, within your own country.
Right.
Your country is not my country.
Yeah, he's in Canada and you're in the United States.
Much like we can deny an American entry to Canada just because they look funny. The same way you can deny a Canadian entry just because they look funny.
License and I could cross the bridge. Why did that change?
Hey, I wanted to ask you something, Butternut.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel. It's pretty big over there, huh?
Nope. Unless you're talking just a cheese brand that you get at the grocery store. And even then, it's not even in the top 5.
Not the restaurant. Cracker Barrel's not
That's
big
an
in Canada?
American thing.
Is it really? I almost went to a Cracker Barrel in North Carolina, and I was motivated to get Bojangles, and that pissed me the fuck off because that was overrated beyond belief, Bojangles.
Oh, it's the worst kind of food. The only reason to go there is to sit in the rocking chairs outside. That they're
Bojangles? Oh, you're talking about Cracker Barrel?
It's a chain restaurant, right? Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Shittiest food ever. Shittiest service.
Really? It's on my bucket list to go to. I don't know if it is anymore after this recommendation. It's really that bad?
I didn't have an issue with it.
What did it remind you of? Like
Frozen food. I might
Golden Corral.
have gone to Gordon Food Service.
Okay.
Golden Corral if they had a little bit better food and not a buffet style.
What's big over there with you, Southside Slacker? Like what's the big restaurant over there that's good over there?
Oh, I mean, we got a few of the chains like Cracker Barrel and all that, but most of the ones that are good here are more local, like San Antonio mom and pop, like neighborhood restaurants. But we've got, a lot of the chain ones. We've got the Hard Rocks, the Cracker Barrels, some high end stuff. But I don't really mess with that. I keep it like local neighborhood type stuff.
Right.
Yes.
So if I go down there and do a cop watch with you, we'll go to Cracker Barrel, me and you?
Oh, I'll go. I'll check it out. I've never been. Yeah, we could hit it up.
Cracker Barrel, pick a local restaurant.
I want to go to I want someone to take me to Cracker Barrel. I have never been to Cracker Barrel. Press 1 in the chat if you've been to Cracker Barrel. Press 2 in the chat if you have not been to Cracker Barrel. Press 3 in the chat if you like Cracker Barrel. Press 4 in the chat if you don't like Cracker Barrel. I hope I didn't confuse
And press 5 in the chat if you've seen something disgusting happen in a tray of food.
At Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
Yeah, I never went. I've wanted to. For years, I thought it was a bar.
Right.
Not a bar.
Interesting.
Hey, I hope I get points for only drinking at home.
No.
For only drinking it. Now, is there booze in that cup that you're sucking down?
Yeah, but it's 90% water.
Are you sure it's 90% and not 70%?
Well, I've been doing this for a while.
It's not a 60-40 kind of gimmick?
Counted to 8. I didn't count to 10.
All right.
That's the reason I like the half gallons, because they have a regulator on them.
All right, let's try to spot the fake news one more time. That was fun.
Actually,
Southside.
on this side, I think I'm actually going to head off here.
All right. Well, I'm going to play one more game, then I'm going to head off too, because we're 2 hours deep right now.
All right. Thanks for having me on. I'll catch you.
So one more time, we're going to play the game, and then I'm going to wrap up. I have to go pee, and I don't know if I can.
So, are you allowed to plug me?
Oh, excuse you? Excuse you?
No, my
Those kind of questions are for off-air, no name.
how to plug it. I'm not supposed to post links.
What do you want me? I mean, you want me to plug you like off-air or on-air?
No, I meant post the link so that it can subscribe to me.
You want so you told I've actually offered that multiple times, and you said that you didn't want me to promote your YouTube channel because you weren't doing a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, but then you convinced me it was a good idea.
Okay, so you want me to plug your YouTube channel?
Yeah, it should be easy to find. I've only got March Against Monsanto protest videos from 2013. So, yeah, I audited things. Ooh, and it was scary. So many of those University of Michigan students
It's got a
walked
bunch
up.
of weed in my mouth. Ugh. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was me. I just took a hit of a blunt and I got weed in my mouth. I hate that.
Oh.
All right, let me try to
Oh,
find you,
that's the
don't it?
worst.
Yeah,
I
that's
tell my
worse.
friends all the
No, I
time, it's
can
gonna be a
send it.
blunt that kills me.
How do I send it to you?
I'm
Oh,
searching. Put it in the private chat. Like, can you put it in the private chat?
on StreamYard, right?
Uh-huh. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna find it before you.
There we
Now
go.
you do know that I've subscribed to you, right?
Yes. So you should be able to find me.
I can find you easily. I just don't know what you're gonna offer the people. Why should everybody subscribe to your channel? What do you have to offer? Sell everybody.
Oh, the thing is, Saturday, I'm gonna go to a protest, I think. Well, I'm still kind of deciding. But if I had 1,000 subscribers by Saturday, I could go to that protest where, ooh, it's been a while since I went, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to you about the topic,
What's
but
the topic?
not a popular one.
Now, did you post a link in the chat? Because I'm still trying to look for you.
Oh, wait, no, I copied it. What is it? No, it shows you've been subscribed. But that'll be good. I'll send it.
So, a Southside. As she tries to find the channel, and if someone in any mods posted, that'd be great. You
Wait,
got any videos coming up, Southside?
here we go. Look in your private.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my privates.
I had a couple ideas. I've been mulling over a couple places to visit, but just just really debating on the right time to get out there and do it with everything going on. Not that it's a reason to or not, but a lot of these facilities are closed due to what's happening, so it's hard to really know what's out, what's available, what's open. So
Right.
I got some ideas that I'm mulling over. I'll definitely get at you offhand and let you know what I kind of got planned.
Okay. Have you hit Leon Valley yet?
No, I remember the day Leon Valley happened. I was invited to go by because again it was a group of people, and I happened to have to work that Saturday, and got home and was watching it live as it all went down. And I haven't been more thankful to not be a part of something in my life. I think.
Because of how it ended.
Oh, because of how it ended and the mockery that's going on, and like because a lot of people don't even realize I was one of the, if not the first one, I was like one of the first two people to get hemmed up by Leon Valley over the gun ordinance, which started. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was in Leon Valley. Yeah, uh, I was out with a few of them when I still affiliated with News Now Houston. We were all out there. They hemmed me up for a little bit, and then a couple of days later is when CJ and everyone went out there, and then he got slammed, and then everyone else went out there a little later. So it all kind of trickled off of an event that happened with me, but I gave that shit up, man. Like I'm not having it. Like that was too much.
Hold on, no name. I found you.
I might have Almost Park and Leon Valley mixed up because all that shit went down at the same time. It might have been Almost Park. I apologize. All that was wrong. That was Almost Park. That with that shit with the gun.
So no name. Because I'm your favorite, I have another surprise for you. You ready?
Wait, no, you found a no name with about 255 subs,
That's
right?
not you? Yeah, 237 subs. That's who I'm subscribed to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. That's pretty close.
I got you 6, girl. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you a little surprise for you. You ready for the surprise?
What's that?
Do you like surprises?
Oh, I'm not sure if it's a spider or a snake in my bed. I don't like that kind of surprise, but And I don't even like when he uses my credit card to buy jewels and gold. No, thank you.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna post the surprise. If you go in my chat and put exclamation point no name, something's gonna show up from now on.
Oh, then I can plug my channel.
Absolutely. You can come in the chat,
Sweetie.
and guess what's gonna show up? Please subscribe to the real and legit no name, no name.
Wait, you gotta take the spaces out.
You don't
And
want to do the
all
spaces.
lowercase.
Oh, lowercase? Oh,
Space, no name.
I got to worry about the brand, huh?
Wait, no, you need to make it so they can search me.
Well, they don't need to search you. They just have to click you.
Oh, that's right. You had the URL.
Yeah.
Sweetie, you're such a sweetie.
You're welcome. So, but you want me to change the typing and stuff? Want me to do it lowercase?
Took 2 spaces out. You do better. See how my name looks?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do it exactly the way your name looks right there. I don't want to mess up your brand. I'm gonna do everything lowercase.
Oh, well, I don't really have a brand. I'm just a stupid, drunken old idiot.
All right. Well, I fixed it. Jennifer, can you show your face or say hello or make sure I'm not going to see a giant cock if I let you on board? I'm going to wrap up anyways. I'm getting tired. Subscribe and look at No Name. No Name's getting some love in the chat. She's getting some love in the chat. Look at this.
Broadcast on YouTube often. And
Look at this.
Mad at it and delete it. But the things I had up from 2013 shows I did go to protest early on YouTube.
No Name. Do me a favor.
What?
Keep it. Okay, the person left. I was just going to add them, but I was afraid there was going to be a big black cock or something showing up. So I'm glad that's not the case. So,
No,
how's this, boo boo? Is this better? Is that better? Perfect?
No, yes, that's terrific.
All right.
And the guy that is accusing me is talking about No Name audit.
Right, but that doesn't matter because we've already established. Look at the screen. We've already established that that's not the real No Name, and you are. It's done. It's done. Exposed. Done. It's like you're the real McCoy. You're here for a reason. I could have had him, him hanging out with Sancho. Everyone wants to hang out with Sancho.
And don't really go out and audit it. I'm too afraid.
So when are you going to do your? So are there protests going on right now?
Oh shit! Near Detroit, it's all burning down. I'm sorry.
So why don't you go out tomorrow and do something?
I'm mad about that guy, right?
So there's something going on tomorrow, like in Detroit?
No, it's been going on day after day after day, but like 4 days in a row in Detroit.
Okay.
And I'm not.
So I think you should definitely listen. You're getting a lot. You're getting. What happened to Fun or not? You left. You're getting some good subs tonight. The problem with all this attention you're getting is people are going to want to see some results. They want to see some content. No Name. What are you going to bring us?
Well, I could put on my leopard print apron and go cook and clean.
Okay.
Or I could do great big dabs. Or, yeah, I really need to clean things.
So you got some So you got an open canvas to paint on, essentially, right?
What's that?
You have an open canvas to paint on as far as ideas what to do for your channel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's try math thingies. Or are we going to do Sudoku? Or watch me play my silly video game?
So there's a lot of things you can do. Now, do you still need help with the StreamYard, like showing you how to do the StreamYard?
Oh, well, pick that at a different time. Okay?
Slide into my DMs, no name, okay?
Okay, but I think I have an account. I don't know if I put it on the phone, and my phone is probably dead at this point.
So in the next couple of days,
totally unloved.
So in the next couple of days, slide into my DMs and let me know what time you want to do a little practice with the StreamYards, and I'll walk you through how to use it, okay?
Okay.
But I really think it'll be benefit.
Not on a PC. I needed to do it on a phone.
I really think it'll be beneficial for you to do some content to stay busy. Keeps you motivated, keeps you on your toes, keeps you busy. True?
Yes, that. I am really sad that I'm like too depressed to even do the other channel.
Okay, let me do something for you because you're depressed, okay? This is my third and final present for you, and I haven't done it in a little bit. I want you to look at my screen, okay? It's time for a dance break.
That's it, Brian? Yes.
How was that? Oh, you're dancing. All right, look at that. How do you feel now, No Name? Better?
Better.
All right,
Better,
awesome.
better.
That is an awesome way to wrap up the show tonight, Southside Slacker. What do you think?
But you can't see nothing, right?
This is an awesome way to end. No, we're good, No Name. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm trying to listen. My biggest thing with you, No Name, is you're a businesswoman, right?
No, I'm not actually making any money from that.
But we're not going to give these people a free show.
Oh no,
No. They need to, like, Southside needs to pay some money to see what you were, no. Hell no.
Hey, do I go right to there? Can I plug it? Are you gonna plug it? It would mean more if you plugged it than me.
I don't know what we're talking about. What do you want me to plug? You want me to plug your Chatterbait channel?
Why not?
I think we're at third base with that kind of request.
Okay.
I think we need to go slow with plugging. I mean, listen, it's a pornographic website. But I will tell you, Eric Everhart's coming on in about a week and a half, and he is one of the biggest male porn stars in the world. So maybe that'll plug your thing.
I lost my engineering job. I'm just trying to get by.
Trying to make some paper. I understand.
I'm not a bad person there. I'm actually very super lenient.
It's an honest living. I mean, being a cam girl is an honest living. I mean, if I had the chance to get paid to masturbate, I would take it too.
It's their choice.
Right. Exactly. I mean, how many of us jerk off for free?
That's what it's for. Mostly they just
Right, Southside?
The great
Without it.
very entertaining.
If women gave me the opportunity, men give women, shit, I'd make money from home.
I'm in the wrong line of work right here doing this shit.
I swear. Hey, there's a fetish for micro cocks, right? I might be able to make some money.
Maybe.
Oh, but if you're gonna do it with your dick out, you probably need to entertain the men.
CFW, perfect time to come in, CFW.
I saw that. We're cop watching. Me and Robert. Say hi, Robert.
Your timing is impeccable.
I know you're closing up right now, so I just wanted to say hey.
Who you ride with right now?
I'm Robert from America's Auditor. He's America's Auditor.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Slacker, how are you?
How you doing, Carolina, ma'am? I'm good, thank you.
So where you headed to?
Right, pretty bad. So you just told her that maybe that other guy will plug it for her. We're doing good.
CFW, do you want to plug it?
No, I don't want to plug. I don't want to touch anything. We're in Halton City though. It's a really bad area.
All right.
No, but like, what's going on? You just did all your analyzing again. I kept trying to get in and I kept getting disconnected. But so you had some good people on. I saw.
Chad is trying to get me to open up a ChatterBait account first.
What is that?
I'll talk to you later about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't shown my face yet, and these people want me to show my fucking cock and balls and everything. This is you guys are Russian. I've only had a YouTube account for 3 years. This is too soon. 3.5 months is too soon.
Without showing their face.
Slow down. Slow down. 3.5 months is way too soon.
Not their face.
All right, I'm gonna wrap.
Did you see my text message I sent you?
Many of them stay anonymous too.
Did I see your text message?
Yes, I had a link in there. It was a private link for you.
Yes, I did. Thank you for that. Now, was there something you wanted to come on my panel tonight and say? That's why I was giving you the time.
I was going to come on your panel earlier, but there's somebody listening now, right? So I'll have to say it twice now. Now I have to say now.
We have 30 people listening right now.
There are 30 people. Okay, so
we've had consistently 30 people. Like the lowest we've ever gotten was 30 people, like right now.
The other night, I was on your live stream, and I came in late, and I didn't realize what was going on too much. So I came on a little strong to Officer Oak. I didn't realize how serious a person he is. He's really a serious guy. So I think I hurt his feelings pretty bad. I wanted to apologize for that because now Officer Oak is probably not going to talk to me because he called me a name.
Did he? What did he call you?
He called me one-dimensional.
He called you one-dimensional?
Yes, isn't that terrible? Meaning that I don't listen to the other side.
God.
Yes, isn't that awful? So I want to let him know that I'm not one-dimensional, that I'm willing to listen to his side. I'm sorry I gave him a hard time. I really am. I'm not really one-dimensional. I listen to both sides.
Unbelievable.
But back in the day, like less than 10 years ago, I would have agreed with everything he said.
Right.
Because I had the same degrees he had. I was always on the. Like I said, it always takes one thing to make you switch to the other side. So all of us here right now, we're bootlickers at one time. We believed in the American way, truth, justice, and the American way. But now it's nothing but looters. No, not me. Not you? I was a bootlicker. Not really a bootlicker, but I believe the cops were there to help us. Now I think.
Do you find the word bootlicking offensive? There was a question in my chat tonight about the word bootlicking and if it's kind of deemed a personal attack or not.
I think I don't know. The first time I heard it was within this movement.
Is it considered offensive?
Yeah.
Is it? You think it is?
Yeah.
Robert.
Because you know what a jackboot is, right?
What's a jackboot?
Remember all the Nazis going? When they're marching, and they're stomping their legs with their boots.
Oh yeah.
Those are jackboots.
So we're looking at boots. Those jackboots. Yeah, I guess it might be offensive. They don't like to be called bootlickers. Maybe it is offensive.
So bootlicker is offensive or no?
I don't know. That's a good question. For Robert it was, but for me it wasn't. But when you explain it, it makes sense. It is.
Huh. All right. Well.
No. But I mean, I used to believe that the justice system was everything that we always believed in. Everything that we were brought up to believe. That,
right.
The people will prevail but just I think with all the technology and everything.
Right.
It was probably the same 50 years ago or 30 years ago, but we just didn't have the other evidence, the video evidence.
So what kind of videos are you working on right now, if anything?
What can I say? One thing.
Yes, no name.
Her feelings do not trump my rights.
Right, but that doesn't give you. Right, but it doesn't give someone a reason to be a retard and say whatever they want with no consequences.
As long as it is not slander or libel, you have the right to be free speech. And if your speech is not offensive, it may not produce change.
Right.
Ooh, that was good.
She's good.
See, she's right because like that's what Joe's saying about the looting and about the burning of the buildings. We got that's kind of helping because it's showing we read this. We're serious.
I know Texas is a big state, but how far are you, CFW, from Slacker?
I'm 4 hours. It's nothing for me to go see him.
Yeah, we measure things in hours. So 4 hours, she's probably about 600 miles away, give or take 500-600 miles.
Yeah, we do measure everything in hours, don't we?
No, it's a little over 200.
We do, don't we? We do that.
You can get to Austin in 3.
I
That's
can get to
200
Austin at
miles.
3, and if it's good
And that's
traffic.
200 miles.
Yeah.
By the way, I just got a text message from Officer Oak. You are mixing him up with Matt, the individual.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think you pissed
so
all
much
three.
better.
I think I think you pissed all three off. To be blunt.
I didn't mean to piss them off. I was just playing devil's advocate really bad.
I think Oak was the least offended because Oak has a very he's listening now. If you want,
because I wasn't sure what the tone was. Oh, it's great. So I mean, I should have. I don't know. I came in when you guys were wrapping up after you've been talking for 2 hours. But I'm willing to listen to the other side. In fact, I was when I got my criminal justice degree. It's the same thing. Let me start over. Even in the movies, when the good guys with the guns,
right?
The good guys, and they maybe mess up a little bit and destroy somebody's rights, but they got the bad guy in the end. So I didn't care about any collateral damage as long as the bad guy got it.
Right.
So they caught the bad guy. You'd see them hitting them until they told the truth and everything like that. And you're cheering them on to do that because you wanted good to prevail over evil, even if you have to violate a few people's rights. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is that I had the same attitude not very long ago.
Okay. Okay.
A couple of things to mess you up, but I'm not in law enforcement. If I was in law enforcement, I'd be thinking the same way still. I always tell people just obey. Always. I always said just obey.
We're law enforcement. We just don't have this blue line.
Yeah, true. So I apologize to all you guys, even the young guy.
Have you bought the calendar yet?
No, but did you see the picture I sent you?
What picture?
Okay, good. I shouldn't have sent that to you.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
I'm asking if you bought the cop calendar.
No, I didn't. Not yet.
All right.
Is that kid on there? Is that a cop right there? Is that Cherry Spears?
All right. Anything else? Anyone else? Actually, let's. Anyone else? Anybody want to plug anything? Southside, CFW, everyone.
We're top watching, so make sure you guys sub to me and ring your notification bell because we got 2 more notifications.
Okay.
We're out tonight.
Watch it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
I want to give Beanie a quick chance to plug her channel real quick. Is that okay, guys?
Sure.
There's 2 beanies backstage, and I'm trying to figure out
Hey,
which is the real beanie.
What do you mean 2
Which
beanies?
Is this the real beanie?
Yeah, there's only one beanie.
There's 2 beanies to me.
Well, that was me.
There's 2 beanies right now.
No, oh my god, shut the other
This is the greatest thing ever. There's 2 beanies. Oh my god.
It's over to them.
I can't focus right now. There's 2 beanies on the screen.
No, that.
Oh, that's not fun.
Because it's all closed businesses right now.
Bring her back up.
No, that was both me. It was
All right.
What's this killer?
CFW, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, Beanie, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, CFW?
I'm good, thank you.
Where'd No Name go?
Where did she go?
Oh, wait, she left.
Aw.
She literally just left.
Oh, you were going to talk to her? Maybe she'll come back on.
Coming up here for you too, No Name. I want to say hello.
Yeah, you're a big fan of No Name.
I am. I never got to talk to her yet.
Big fan. She'll probably pop up in Discord. Let me set up a thing in Discord. Let me set up a little tutorial class with StreamYard between the 3 of you ladies, because
I'm just glad that Officer Oak texted you.
with all due respect, CFW, you may need some help with that StreamYard course as well.
Yes, definitely.
I do too.
Yeah, we talked off air about your StreamYard woes, CFW.
Yeah, I'm learning. It just takes practice.
All right, so why don't we set something up like tomorrow during the day or something if you guys want? Where
Tomorrow's good for me.
Huh?
Tomorrow's not real. Well, what time? Yeah, if it's not going to take, I can do it tomorrow. I'll make room.
Just like let me know what time. everybody DM me sometimes, and then we'll figure it out, and then I'll do a tutorial.
Oh, direct message. Okay.
You don't know what DM means? You don't know what slide up in your DMs mean?
Hey, Southside.
My
Just wanna say
DM.
hello.
Oh, that sounds kind of sexy.
Nice.
You know, slide up my DM. Oh, babe.
All right. Anybody want to plug their stuff, plug their shit, get their shit out there?
I already got my.
Any videos coming up you guys want to plug? Either three?
I got one coming up every day.
You should have one in about a half hour.
Yeah, I need to get busy with some more.
Well,
I keep
tell your
getting shadow
buddy to-
banned. I
tell
keep
your-
getting shadow banned, so I'm really tired of that. So everybody, if you're gonna watch one of my videos, watch the second one because I'm shadow banned so bad. They keep going back. We should have a fan stream on this. I keep going in and looking, and they're like flag videos that I've had up for 3 months. How? I don't get it.
Do you think someone's out to get you?
No, maybe I don't know. Maybe the sheriff of the city.
Is it George Bush?
No, I think it's the sheriff of Tarrant County. He's not like what I've been saying about his jail.
So CFW, I think it'd be cool if I offered this to somebody else the other night and got absolutely kicked in the nuts for it and heartbroken over it. So I'm hesitant to ask the two of you. But if I was to set up a police simulation course with CFW and Beanie E in your separate states, obviously, we can get you guys in the same place together.
Oh my god, I'd so do it.
You would do it? CFW, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sort of like paintball, right? Like
no, literally it's a virtual reality. Like you need to shoot when you need to shoot.
Oh yeah.
Like it's one of those things where, like, being the bridge, I have to put you guys in their position. I don't know how to put them in your position, to be honest. Kind of hard. But we can do that. We can put you guys in their position, which may give you guys a little bit more knowledge or appreciation in what law enforcement situations are.
So we get to see, like, put our knees on some necks and see how far we should press.
It's good. Yeah, there's cool. I'm working on some shit behind this.
We can suffocate him.
No. What? Prosecute him? What
Oh, it's not going to be guns? It's just going to be guns.
No,
Okay.
CFW. It's like you go in and like you're like a cop almost, you know.
Like
You're
okay.
like an intruder
Should
coming
I-
at you,
yeah.
like with the big
Okay.
screens.
Yeah, like I've seen them do that, like on TV and stuff, and in criminal justice classes, and shoot at a lady, and it ended up being she didn't have the gun that you thought she did.
I think it'd be excellent to see you two
Oh,
in that predicament.
okay, I'll do it.
Beanie, you agree too?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. I will work on some things behind the scenes, but I think this would be pretty epic. If we're able to do it both in the same week, we can kind of debut both videos. I just have to, there's a little bit of work I need to do behind the scenes to kind of get. I'm going to put it this way, with all due respect, it's an easy sell to any police chief, any police
Oh, it's like sort of like a training program that they do.
I think they would probably jump at this opportunity. I think they really would.
No, I actually watched some YouTuber actually do it, but it was beyond that. Like she actually did like running like 3 miles, like all of it.
Are you offering?
Huh? No, I'm not offering that. No.
All right. Shiva just popped in, and I'm trying to wrap up, Shiva.
Shiva!
I'm trying to wrap up, Shiva. You haven't been on in like
Hey,
3 weeks.
Shiva.
I don't want to be disrespectful, Shiva, but I'm trying to wrap up.
Oh, did I come at the wrong time? That's a shame.
Welcome back. I haven't had you on in like 3 weeks.
Has it been that long?
Shiva.
Been a while. You've been so busy doing your own stuff, you haven't had time to hop on my panel.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Doing great, Shiva. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Anything on your mind before I wrap up?
No, just waking up. You know, it's
What time is it there?
it's
Good
6:30 in the morning.
Oh, nice.
I want to start plugging your channel, but I need a commitment that you're not going to fucking change your channel again.
I find it
changed
Shiva.
it,
I can still find it.
Can you let him answer the question?
Yeah, I mean, Shiva the Shiva was only ever a temporary name because I lost access to my main channel. And I didn't want to call it Shiva the Scam Destroyer because I'm not really doing scam baiting at the moment. So yeah, it's the Church of Four.
All right, I'm doing it right now. I want to commend you and Southside Slacker on this morning's interview.
That was very enjoyable.
I thought that was a very good. It was. Can you mute yourself?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Thank you. I thought it was I think it's one of those conversations when you don't really care if it's recorded because it was such a natural flow and discussion. And those are the best ones.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing to do. Have what's essentially a public conversation, right? But
well, I mean, how much preparation did you do? I saw a lot in the interview. Kudos to you on the preparation, but kind of walk me through like the naturality of questions after. I mean, Southside's a really intelligent cat. He kind of fed you a couple things to lead into more questions, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did zero preparation. My preparation consisted of asking him a couple of minutes beforehand whether there was anything particular he wanted to talk about or anything particular he wanted to avoid talking about, and that was it.
How is this for the Streamlabs? I've been very public on you being the one who taught me Streamlabs. Is this a good title for you? Subscribe to the Church of Four here, or you want me to do a little bit more than that?
No, that's fine, except the 4 is a numeric 4.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I learned that from like No Name made a correction on her stuff too, so that makes sense. So what's the plan for you as far as content? I'm really fascinated. When I wake up, I see Shiva now, which is a really good thing. Which that's a little different from the norm, no?
Well, I suppose, yeah. At the moment, I kind of have 3 regular things. There's the shit show, which is the shit show. The incongruous sofa, which is a new thing that that you saw this morning with Southside Stacker and Joe Call last week. And I've started essentially streaming my drawing process in the morning for you guys, kind of lunchtime for me, and that's kind of turned into a bit of a morning show, I suppose, but that's much more ad hoc.
Are you looking at your channel the way I look at it? And correct me if this is the wrong way of looking at it. I have wide variety on my channel. Mental health discussion was very controversial. We have porn stars on, body cam, game shows, trivia, you name it, we've done it. I look at my channel as an open canvas for entertainment purposes where I can pretty much touch upon any subject. And that's the freedom that I love with this compared to my previous, profession when I was locked away into a sports box with with the media outlets I worked for. Do you kind of look at your channel as an open canvas so you can just do whatever the fuck you want?
Yeah, pretty much, although I mean, yes and no. Right? Yes, I can do whatever I want. It's my channel, but then at the same time, it kind of has to conform with my interests, I suppose. So, I kind of like talking to people. So the incongruous sofa is a good fit. I don't really like watching sports, so like having a sports themed show. So yeah, no, I think I probably wouldn't put any overtly religious material on my channel. Like I might discuss it in a panel or something. But like one thing that I probably wouldn't do is do videos about the technicalities of various Buddhist doctrines or whatever. So yeah, there's definitely stuff that I wouldn't put on the channel.
How bad did you get hit yesterday for all that the music you were playing? I was worried about you. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great when it lasted. It was great while it lasted, but a big part of me was thinking this stream's going bye-bye, so I hope there's nothing special about it because the amount of music the amount of music you were using.
It did get hit, which was a shame because there was some quite nice conversation. I started kind of asking people random questions, like nothing heavy, nothing First Amendment related, just
right.
what's your favorite book, or who inspires you, or stuff like that. Just
Right.
kind of random questions, and that was quite fun.
So
Yeah.
I'm in a little conundrum with my serious topics versus my drama. It's kind of a balance of it a little bit. Last night's stream was definitely a drama stream. When you're discussing, kind of like, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're discussing drama, your chat can get a little out of hand. Like we were discussing Karen 411 coming after me, and then Extra Good Citizen came in. They're fighting. We had 80 people, and people in the chat are going after one person, going after the other person. I lost control of that chat last night because of the fact that we're touching upon a touchy subject. Drama is another one of those touchy subjects because they see somebody going after it on panel. They might get the inclination of, hey, let's start some shit down here. Walk me through your mindset of as far as touchy subjects brought up on your channel. And I don't want to say controlling your chat, but keeping an eye on that chat that it's not. I mean, I have no doxing, I have no personal attacks, and no fictitious lists. It's pretty basic, my three that I require. The personal attacks thing, we had a discussion about bootlicker. One of my mods called someone else a bootlicker, and they're like, is that a personal attack? Walk me through your process when it comes to the tone of your content versus the personal attack line.
The tone of my content, I think, is I suppose there's two things. There's the content and how we deal with the chat, right? So the content can range from silly and irreverent, like especially on the shit show, through to kind of talking about quite weighty subjects, concerning morals and ethics, especially with regards to auditors and cop watchers. But the chat is pretty much a free speech chat, so if you can't handle someone calling you a rude name, it's not the chat for you, because we don't moderate shit like that. So we basically only moderate, essentially threats and doxing. Spam is the thing that people tend to get timed out for more than anything else.
Right.
Because we're not keen on spam. But other than that, like I had, when Southside Slacker was on this morning, I had someone in the chat saying, no, I've got a small stinky wheelie that I don't wash, and like I'm a dirty hobo or whatever. And I didn't acknowledge it or engage with it, but at the same time, I didn't, hide the comment or tell the person off for being rude or anything. So our chat is actually very lightly moderated, which means it can be a bit of a free-for-all, really. So yeah, if you're not up for the potential for a personal, someone being rude to you, then probably avoid the shit show chat.
I think you got a fascinating interview coming up with, coincidentally, somebody who's on this panel right now, who I don't know if she's paying attention. CFW, are you there, CFW?
We're here.
Walk us through your kind of mindset going into hopping on the couch with Shiva.
I can't wait to get on the couch with Shiva. I think because he's a fantastic interviewer, he's going to find out things that nobody knows about.
Oh, well, I'm glad you think I'm fantastic. I don't know how I'm doing at it because, it's a strange thing to do.
Yeah, it's like you have a few ideas of what you're going to ask, but then when you hear an answer, it kind of leads into another question.
That's right, yeah, and you have to be, I had a couple of questions that I knew I was going to ask, but obviously, yeah, you don't know what someone's going to say, do you?
No, you don't know which way they're going to go. Like, I interview a lot of people on the street, and a lot of, people that just walk up to me randomly or whatever, and, I want to know an answer to something, but before I get to that question, I make a lot of small talk before I get to that question that I really want that answer to, And then if I see they're getting uncomfortable with that answer, I'll ask them a couple more little stupid questions, and I'll hit them again with what I really want to know, So.
Well, I'm quite looking forward to it. It'll be a fun, interesting, stimulating conversation, I think.
Awesome.
But I don't know, you said 12. I don't know what you mean 12 my time. I'm in Central Texas. time?
It's 1 p.m. Eastern. So
Okay,
I think if
Eastern.
you're
So that would
Central, it's
be
midnight, midday. Sorry.
midday. Okay. All right. That sounds good.
What I'll do is I'll email you. Did you say you're Central?
I'm in Central Time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll email you the time.
Awesome. I look forward to it. I thoroughly enjoyed the Slacker interview. I did talk to Slacker yesterday about this. Is the interview still up? Because I know the Joe Cool one disappeared. Is this interview still up for those who haven't seen it?
Wait, the Joe Cool one disappeared?
Yeah, I didn't see it after it was gone. I went to look for the archive and it was completely gone.
I went to look for Joe Cool too, and I couldn't find that one.
I couldn't find it, and that's why I asked Southside to make sure he asked you to make sure that one stays up, because I only saw half of the interview, and I loved what I saw.
I botched it and forgot to ask too.
Fuck off, you're fired.
Hang on, let me just check.
All right.
I'm going to post a link in private chat. I've
What's
just
up,
been to my
YouTube
channel
watcher?
and got the
That
link.
was it. I watched part of the Joe Cool one too, and I had wanted to watch the second half. And
right.
you know,
I mean,
it's Joe Cool. He's like he's different when he's just one-on-one. Like, you know, when he doesn't have everybody else around him.
So I've just put that link in the private chat. Does that?
It was
should be
he talks
public.
about Gandhi a lot. I didn't know Gandhi was racist.
That works. It's up.
Then I don't know what you guys are on about.
It's up. So I am going to post that. Well, even though he doesn't want to be affiliated with me anymore, I do want to post a link to Joe Cool's interview.
Are you sure he said affiliated, or did he say opinionated?
He said affiliated, but he's affiliated with Josh Abrams, who beats women. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So anything else anyone wants to plug, I just plugged that. Let me actually plug your interview with Slacker as well. Get
Poor little no name. What about her?
I already plugged her, Chess.
I
Okay.
know you did.
Here's the thing. Shiva. You ready? I'm gonna show it. Is this your channel?
That's the one. Yeah.
Where the fuck is the Southside Slacker interview? It's
Right,
not
scroll
there.
down.
It's not there.
Scroll down. Hang on.
Joe Cool's there.
Why
That's
isn't
up.
Southside? Hang on. YouTube Studio. I don't understand.
See what I'm saying? That was my issue with the first interview.
Videos.
We're gonna get one here in Arlington.
Live.
Want me to go to uploads? Yeah, all videos, uploads.
It says it's. Well, it
See?
says it's public. It says it's public.
Yeah.
View on YouTube. I don't understand why it's not showing up in the list. Wait, scroll up.
It is. That's
Wait.
up.
Yeah, where it says uploads.
Upload
Click on
all
that.
videos? Oh.
No, the one.
Right there?
All videos. Right, okay. Maybe go to live streams.
No. Uploads live. Past live streams?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you gotta work for it, though.
What I'll do is I'll make a playlist for
Playlist, please.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, Extra Good Citizen coincidentally is asking for your link to your channel, so I'm going to give you a sub right now. Exclamation point Shiva. There it is. I'm going to do exclamation point Beanie one more time to plug her channel. I'm going to do exclamation point CFW to plug her channel. That way I don't have to ask everybody again.
I saw Peanut on Shiva's channel. Was Shiva, were you surprised about all that stuff that was going on? Because I don't think you were aware.
Yes, and
That's
it's
not
funny.
where-
That's I mean, I'd quite like to get Extra Good Citizen on at some point if he's up for it to hear his kind of side, because it's very easy to form a one-sided picture when you hear one half of a story.
Especially with the first one you did.
Did
Yeah,
you see
so-
how she was going after Al Sancho though, Shiva? Did you see that?
People. My experience of this community in the 6 months or so that I've been involved with it are that people go after each other for all sorts of silly reasons.
She's cray-cray, man. She's cray-cray, man.
Cray.
Well, I mean, I don't really know much about her other than that I know she's, a fairly controversial figure, and that she tends, I know that people that I'm fond of tend not to like her very much.
She is cray. She's suing me like, do you remember when the 702 called the FBI on me?
Oh yeah, that was scary.
You remember that, guys?
I was shaking my boots.
Well, that's by the way, that whole 702 story, leaking Discord, can you promise to stop saying the FBI is going to do things they will never do? I can do that, Officer Oak. So there you go, 702, with all your bullshit FBI claims. Hilarious on that. But yeah, Peanut is not Peanut. Karen 411 is actually calling a lawyer on me. I get in trouble very easily, Shiva. Like whenever I talk about controversial shit, this happens. I get messages at 2:13 a.m. this morning. Thank you for confirming this is you. After your broadcast this evening, I will be consulting an attorney in regards to your attack on my character. Have a blessed evening. And then she messages me again and leaves the label Karen 411. She has embraced her new nickname. I get in trouble, Shiva. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to do serious shit, and then I get into the drama a little bit, and this is what happens. I get sued. How do you not get sued?
Do you know Jeremiah Raber?
No.
He's a guy that's on Amish or thinking Amish or whatever it is. He's got 7,000 haters on his so the more forward you go, the more haters you're gonna have. He's got 7,000 people that are blocked from him.
I agree. And I agree the bigger the channel gets.
Everybody, that's for sure.
Right. I mean, we're almost at 1,000 subs. I thought it was going to be, the more subs, the more problems, I know that.
Someone told me my eyebrows are too high.
Oh,
I said, okay, I'll drop them lower next time.
You got anything going on, Shiva? Are you going live after this?
It's a bit early. I might in a couple of hours.
All right. Go check out the church. Right. Well, that's the difference with time zones with you. Like, you got to kind of... What's the majority of your audience? What country?
American.
So you got to cater to American time zone.
They're in their hiding.
Not easy to do.
Why do you think I'm on at stupid o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, makes sense. All right, everyone, go subscribe to Beanie E. Go subscribe to Shiva at the Church of Four. Go subscribe to Caroline in Fort Worth.
America's Auditor.
Well, he needs to subscribe to me before I plug that motherfucker. No offense.
Okay.
Have you subscribed to me yet?
Have you?
Dude.
Fuck off. I've been dying to do that, but I didn't boot it because it's CFW. I would have did it too. But all right, go subscribe to Self-Side Slacker as well. Tomorrow night, the highly controversial episode series 2 of Daniel Holtzclaw series will be tomorrow night. For those who have not seen episode 1, please do. Inside the Mind of Daniel Holtzclaw. We've already showed what happened on episode 1. Episode 2 is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. 3 and 4 for the rest of September. We will also have an open panel after that for Inside the Daniel Holtzclaw case. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern. All that is going to begin. I look forward to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being on tonight. We've had a strong audience since the get-go. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.